Welcome, welcome. Come on in, y'all. We're here. We are live and in living color. Yes, come on in. Come on and have a seat. Yo, yeah. Come on, y'all. Let's get it in. I welcome you all. Come on in and have a seat. You know what I always tell y'all. You do not have to dust your feet off when you enter the live, nor do you have to ring the doorbell. Know why? Because the door is unlocked and it's already open for you to just walk right on in. So come on, y'all. Come on and let's talk some boxing. And we're going to talk business of boxing. Yes. I'm giving more people time to come on in. I see you. Salute to everyone in the chat this evening. Salute, salute. Salute to everyone in the chat. I see you. Yes. We're going to talk some boxing this evening. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm so excited this evening. So excited this evening. Because I'm with my family. With my YouTube family this evening. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Yes, we're going to talk some boxing this evening. Salute to everyone in the chat. You know, I like to show my face every now and again. We are live and in living color. Come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. I see you all in the comments section. What's up, Dion? Y'all know I got to start my show with Dion. Yes, got to start it with her because she be coming through. She been supporting the channel. Salute to you, Dion. Who else we got on here? Omega Red. Salute. Salute. Educated Jab. Salute. I see you in the chat. The Keji. Hope I'm saying your name right. Or the Kegi. I see you in the chat. Come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome. Keys to the Game. Boxing channel. Salute. Salute. DP Rocker. Salute. Come on in, y'all. We're going to talk some business. You already know. You already know when I see this name in the chat. You already know when I see this name in the chat what I do. Y'all know I stop my whole show for him. My guy, my main man, Pots and Pans, Mr. Pragmatic. What up, Prag? What's going on with you, Prag? Salute. I see you in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna talk some boxing this evening. Yeah, we're gonna talk some boxing this evening. We're gonna talk some business of boxing this evening. Indeed. Yo, Brian Nelson, salute. I see you in the chat. Salute. Yes, yes. Yo, so, I mean, as I've already mentioned in my thumbnail, what a difference a week makes. So many things happen in literally 1 week. And we are going to address it all this evening. And you know, man, I tell you that sometimes things happen in boxing and it's beyond our control. And then some other things that happen in boxing is right within our grasp and we can control it. And so we're going to dive into all of that this evening. As you all saw on the thumbnail, um, yeah, I see you, Richmond 804. It was all good just a week ago. As you all saw in my thumbnail, I had Adrien Broner. I had Terence Crawford. I had Andy Ruiz. Man, Lucky McKinnels. What's up, Lucky? Man, man, I'm telling y'all, we gonna have some good talking tonight. What it do, Heart of Broward County? Salute. I gotta shout out my guy, Prag. I call him Prag, y'all, Mr. Pragmatic. A little something to keep the channel going. Thank you for your unwavering support, Prag, and thank you again for your many contributions to this channel. And that segue me into encouraging anyone who wants to have your questions and or your comments and or your responses highlighted this evening. Feel free to please donate to the channel. I am not begging anyone for any monetary resources, but I want you to know when you all support not just Manager Marty's channel now, but all of the other channels in the YouTube community, I'm trying to explain to you, it helps us out a great deal when we create content, and we have so many different expenses to be able to maintain these channels, to provide you all with the quality content we do. So when you contribute to this channel, I'm telling you, it touches my heart, and I really, really appreciate it. You all can feel free to cash at me. Those of you who feel led to cash at me to contribute to the enhancement of the audio and visual quality of the content that's published on this channel. My cash app is right across the bottom of your screen, $Manager Marty. I want to salute somebody. I don't know if he will watch this now, or maybe he'll watch this on the replay, or maybe someone will share it with him. He did a video on his channel. He put my name in his thumbnail, and I also believe he included my name in his title. And I wanted to acknowledge him this evening because he gave me props on his channel, and I got an opportunity to watch it. It was last night. He spent about a half hour on his channel, giving me my flowers while I can still smell them. And I'm talking about, many of you know him as Scotty. Most of you know him as World Combat Sports. That is the name of his YouTube channel. And he said some great things about me that were authentic, were sincere. And I just wanted to acknowledge him as he acknowledged me on his channel last night. And he also presented facts about my credentials, because over the past few weeks, including last week, we had a troll right here on the live who was questioning my credentials and fighters that I manage, etc. So he clarified some of those things for anyone who believes that I am not who I say that I am behind this camera. And so salute to World Combat Sports. I like his content thus far that I've been listening and seeing some of his content. He does pretty good content. So if you have time, uh, feel free to support World Combat Sports and go subscribe to his channel. Let's talk boxing. Before we talk about Adrien Broner, before we talk about Andy Ruiz, And before we talk about Terence Bud Crawford, there's one piece of business that I have to take care of for you all. I always look for opportunities to interview professional boxers, professional trainers, professional boxing referees, professional boxing cut men. These are the 4 types of interviews that I've already produced on this channel. Tune in live on Friday evening. I am expecting to have a good friend of mine's provide us with a great interview and some insight and education on the professional boxing timekeeping. And she will be joining us, God willing, this Friday evening. So come back and check us out Friday evening. I'm going to have her on the show Friday evening. She is a professional, licensed, and certified boxing timekeeper. And she is licensed and certified in multiple states in this country. And so I look forward to having her as a guest on this channel Friday evening. And so I wanted to let the cat right out the bag to prepare the audience, you all, my family, to buckle up and tune in to the educational piece that I bring and provide to this channel, because a lot of people don't realize how important it is for a timekeeper to be a part of every professional boxing event. You can't even have a professional boxing event without a timekeeper. So she's going to provide her expertise, and she's going to give us some education on the responsibilities and duties of a professional boxing timekeeper. And you won't be able to find this nowhere else but here on the Manager Marty channel. And so I'm so excited about the guests that I'm going to continue to bring on to the channel moving forward to provide you all with education on not just the business of boxing, but also the sport of boxing. I encourage you all to please, as my boy, Mr. Prag said, please hit the like button. If you're coming in just now, you are welcome. Please come on in, have a seat to the live. I welcome you. If you are watching this live and you are not particularly a fan of this channel, and you may not agree with some of the things that I've said on this channel in the past, I welcome you as well. If you are tuning in live right now, and you're not even in the chat, but you're tuning in watching, I welcome you. If you are tuning in live right now, and you were sent by someone else to watch this live, or you're trying to listen intently to disprove me or discredit me, I welcome you as well. If you are watching this live and you just a pure hater, I ain't mad at you. I welcome you as well. So come on in as you're joining in the live. If you're watching the live on the replay, please feel free to click the like button and leave some comments in the comment section. I love feedback and I love engaging with all of you. Salute to everyone in the chat. Let's get to some business of boxing. And then we have someone that I am expecting to join us pretty soon. But I'm going to start on, and as y'all say, go ahead, Manager Marty, roll the tape. So I'm going to roll the tape. We're going to start with Andy Ruiz first and then work our way back. Now, we see that Andy Ruiz came out publicly, and he already let everyone know that he's not leaving the PBC banner nor is he terminating his contractual agreement with Al Heyman. He basically publicly acknowledged TGB Promotions, which is Tom Brown, as many of us already know. And he basically said that his contractual obligations to that promotion company are no longer valid. They're terminated. But once again, he is still rolling with Al Heyman. With that being said, though, I have a question about something. Because a lot of people keep talking about PBC's broke. You know, Al Heyman done messed up the money. Showtime don't have a budget for boxing, and you know, all kind of things that we've been hearing from other people. I have a question about that. Have you noticed that people that put out information so quickly about PBC, have you noticed that in the past few weeks, some of those same very people had to turn around and renege on some of the information that they put out about PBC? Have y'all noticed that? Y'all have noticed that? I know I have. Because it's interesting to me that the people that saying all of this stuff about Al Heyman, PBC, Steven Espinosa, the fighters under the PBC banner, they don't really talk about the things that they supposed to represent. You know, I hear so many people that was so hooked on BLK Prime, right? Or they may work with BLK Prime, or they may be an affiliate of BLK Prime, or they may agree with some of the practices of BLK Prime. But you don't hear those same very people talking about or promoting BLK Prime. In other words, is some people have been gone out of their way to discredit Al Heyman or PBC instead of giving credit to BLK Prime that they supposed to support, or other fighters that they're supposed to support. And you know, my thing is, you don't ever have to discredit someone to give credit to someone else. Can you all hear me? Because my phone just rung and I don't know if it interrupted the audio. Can someone in the chat confirm that you can still hear my audio right now? Can someone do me that good favor so we won't have any delays? Can anyone hear me? No, you probably y'all probably can't hear me. Hold on, let me see something real quick. All right, good. Thank you, Prag. And thank you, Molly Maw. Thank you in the chat. Thank you very much, Antoine the Great. Thank you. Yeah, so, and I said that last week on this channel. I believe that person was a troll by basically saying, you know, the other content creator. See, I'm not scared to say Blue Blood Sports TV. I'm not scared to say his name because they said his name last week. And they said, well, you are not as credible as Blue Blood Sports TV. And the very thing that I said was, you don't have to discredit me to give credit to Blue Blood. Go on his channel and give him credit. Give him his flowers while he's still here. You know what I mean? So that's basically what I'm saying about PBC, Al Heyman, Steven Espinosa, and the fighters that represent the banner of PBC. You don't have to discredit them or undermine their gifts and talents to be able to elevate or give more credit to somebody else. You don't have to discredit PBC and Al Heyman to give credit to another network or another promoter or another manager. You don't have to do that. And so I find it interesting to me that Andy Ruiz had enough integrity to clarify his position and relationship with Al Heyman. And I believe that any content creator who misrepresented Andy Ruiz by saying he's leaving PBC or he was terminated from PBC or whatever else you say about Andy Ruiz. I encourage you to go back on your channel and clarify it if you haven't already. Clarify it and let the people know the truth. And that's what we deal with here on this channel with Manager Marty. We deal with the truth. We deal with the facts. And everything must be verified. And so my thing is with Andy Ruiz, I salute Andy Ruiz because he did the right thing. He saw the narratives being, shifted to and fro. He saw the narratives being publicized, that he was being terminated and they was kicking him off the group, basically, kicking him out of PBC. So, I like to give credit where it's due. And, hey, he clarified it. Andy Ruiz definitely clarified it. Salute to everybody in the chat that's acknowledging me. Salute to you all. I appreciate it. The thing is, that we have to deal with this. We have to deal with business now. I'm going to walk y'all back and then bring y'all forward. Let me walk y'all back for a minute. Let's start with Adrien Broner. No. Let's start with Terence Crawford first. We're going to start with Terence Crawford and his relationship with BLK Prime, and then we're going to go to Broner, and then later on, we'll dive into Terence Crawford and what's about to happen next with that. So remember, y'all heard Terence Crawford and Adrien Broner say words like BLK Prime is the new wave. You've heard them say that BLK Prime is taking over boxing. You've heard them say that BLK Prime allows them, the fighters, to basically be the matchmakers. Unofficially, because they do have official matchmakers that they've hired on the last two cards that they tried to present, right? But we've also saw some things that BLK Prime have done that made them look inexperienced. And I'm not here to throw shade on them, but I'm trying to lay a foundation to show why Adrien Broner is in the situation that he is in. And so I remember they did a card with Terence Crawford. Most of you already remember that. And with the card that they did with Terence Crawford, it was only supposed to be for one fight. They did it with Crawford and Adrien. It was only supposed to be for one fight. There were, I'm going to call them lies because that's what I think they were. There were lies published until proven otherwise that Terence Crawford was going to gross $10 million, and he received a minimum of $5 of the $10 million up front, which was half of the monies up front, right? And we also saw that Terence Crawford fought Adrien and knocked Adrien out. And the next thing you know, Terence Crawford was never heard of or seen of again on BLK Prime. We've seen the things that he said, Twitter fingers and Instagram and all these outlets, right? We've seen that, but we haven't heard from him. And then we looked at how Adrien Broner had the opportunity to basically capitalize off of, the publicity that BLK Prime was garnering, right? And so we're going to dive in to talk about Adrien Broner and BLK Prime and talk about Terence Crawford. But I wanted to lay the foundation right there because it started with Terence Crawford, as their first fighter. But before I continue, I told y'all I have a special guest that I wanted to bring on. He is a professional fighter. He's up and coming in the super featherweight division. We have to give credit where it is due. We like to support our fighters here in the United States of America. We like to support fighters that do not reside here in the States. But we definitely want to give credit where it is due, and we like to provide a platform for all of the good fighters. I have with me a special guest. Many of you saw him defeat Jonathan Guzman, on ESPN about a year ago. He did a wonderful job on a top ranked card. And I might introduce to some and welcome you to a guy who I have a lot of respect for. He's one of the realest boxers that I know. He's been keeping it 100 in all of our correspondences. He's straight up and down. He is also a personality, and we're going to get his backstory, and I'm going to introduce to you all my guy, the King, Dynamite, Mr. Carlos Jackson, and he is about to come and join us and this evening.
My
Carlos
dog,
Jackson,
what up, what
King
up, what up?
Dynamite, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you. Oh, yeah, now I can see you. What up, what
Oh,
up, what up
man.
with it? I got it, yeah.
What's
I'm in here,
going
man.
on, champ?
I'm just chilling, man. Just a little restaurant right now, kicking it. I'm in the back, though, but I'm just kicking shit. What's happening, baby?
I'm doing good, brother. How you, man?
Man, I'm just blessed, man. I'm blessed, homie.
Hey, man,
Same
I
old
told
thing.
you. I told you when we first talked, brother, I ain't gonna hold you too long, man. I just want to
Yeah.
introduce you. I want to introduce you to my audience. You know, we love getting a fighter's perspective on this channel because I always tell the audience I am not an in the ring performance expert. I leave it up to you all. But before I get your take on, your career and how you defeated a knockout puncher on ESPN, can you first introduce yourself to the audience right now?
What's going on? I'm Carlos Jackson. They call me King Dynamite / Axton Jackson. 1901. 12 knockouts. 12 knockouts. 12, I'm about to say 11. 12 knockouts. Originally out of Inglewood, California. Also Newport News, Virginia. I was back. Both parents lived on both sides. Now I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, you know, well, basically, I just, I'm one of them dudes that just come up, man, just came up from nothing, homie. I'm one of them dudes that came up from nothing, came up really out of like a humbling beginning, and want to be able to inspire people, man. Want to be able to inspire people and show kids out there. You feel me? You come from whatever kind of lifestyle you lived at one point, and now you can do something. Man. I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm dominating. I'm dominating my division. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them ones in my division. I know that for sure, for sure.
For sure, for sure. Now, you had made a reference to children and how important it is to educate the children and bring up the youth and provide them with a more positive outlook on life. When you said coming from nothing, I know a little bit about your backstory, but the audience don't. Can you give us some of your backstory on the block, being from the hood, Inglewood, California? Can you give us a little bit of your backstory, my brother?
But basically, if I'm pretty sure if you know me, a fan of mine, I never hide it. I'm from Queen Street Bloods, you know what I'm saying? I never denied it. I wouldn't deny it to nobody. Don't mean no difference. I'm one of them dudes that's, I come from a gang banging lifestyle. I'm not one of them guys. Basically, where like, how can I say it? Like, I don't try to glorify it because by any means, I don't do this. I don't glorify anything. I don't put on too much to make people look at it like in a negative way because I know it's a lot of toxicity goes on with that lifestyle. But that's where I'm from, on both coasts, on both coastlines. That's where I'm from, and at the end of the day, I want to show where I'm from that, you know, you can do what you want to do if you want, if you put your mind to it. And like a lot of us in my neighborhood, man, we all legit, bro. A lot of us on both coastlines, bro. We all legit, bro. You got Bosco, he doing his thing personality wise. You got my boy Cooley with DGK, Mac 10, you know what I'm saying? Trench from the hood too. A lot of us, bro. It's other athletes in football that we got going on that's from the hood too, bro. It's a lot. So it's not just negativity that comes out our neighborhood, bro. It's actually a whole lot. And I just want to show people that you can come from that kind of lifestyle and you can do something with it, and you can show other people how to. You can pull that curtain, pull that curtain from them, and you can show them that there's a different way you can go.
Oh man, that was very well said, man. And of course, we understand the culture of the Bloods, and we understand that there's a lot of negative publicity that come from that. So we appreciate and commend you and all the other guys who grew up in that environment that's making something positive and healthy out of your lifestyle. We salute you on that, brother.
Yeah, man.
So you told me before when we met up, we was kicking it. You told me how you had a late start in boxing. Can you can you rewind the tape for us? Tell us what made you get into boxing in the first place.
But
How'd you start,
what
man?
everybody don't know is I really was one of them dudes on the block. I was trying to get my brother out the hood. My brother was, my brother rapping and everything. He had real good talent. He's coming from Atlanta. He lived in Atlanta. He was moving back and forth. I was living in Virginia at the time, and my brother was moving back and forth. He was, telling me about the mixtape game. This is before you Instagram. This is when when people were using MySpace. So he was telling me about the mixtape game and all of that, how he can get on. I'm like, I'm supporting him, paying for studio time and everything. And then when my brother died, I had nothing else to do, nothing. So I was already working out anyway. So I just chose to just, because my dad was a pro boxer at one point back in the day, and his homeboy was like, why you just, why you just going to the gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, you already fighting hood already, you built for it. Just go in the gym. And then I went to the gym, bro, and that was it. I never looked back. I went clean. I didn't, I used to smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink. I used to do all that. And I never went back, bro. And I stayed clean. I'm a disciplined person, man. I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do nothing, man. Not saying, I ain't no square type nigga, but you feel me? Like, I don't do it. I live a clean lifestyle, and I dedicated myself 6 days a week, every day, 365 days a week in the boxing. And I'm 19-1 for a reason, bro.
So you moved up in the ranking system because you dedicated yourself. You disciplined your body. You
Yeah.
quit smoking. You quit drinking. You quit hanging out. You understood the importance of, going into the gym and putting both feet into the gym and not one foot in and one foot out. How do boxers, if you can speak on this part, boxers who start out the right way, they put both feet in, and then somewhere down the line, they start, reducing their time and commitment level, and then they start keeping one foot in the gym and inside the craft, and then 1 feet out, 1 foot out. How does that happen? What does the process look like from a fighter standpoint?
I think what happens is it doesn't happen in the right timing as they expected, because nothing happens. There's no such thing as perfect timing. I believe what happens is because I actually seen a whole lot of that. A lot of cats come in the gym or they've been dedicating themselves. Like when I first came in, and they probably been there way longer than I have, and they came in, but they had all the feet in, and then it didn't go their way. And then they kind of had 1 foot out. They was in the club chilling. They, messing with the hoes. And they doing both things at one time, but they're not really dedicating themselves to one purpose. They don't have a clear vision. And when a person doesn't have a clear vision and what they're going to in the goal, and set a goal and have an actual plan, and dedicate themselves to that plan regardless of whatever it takes, you get to that plan. I think, and I just believe that when people have some kind of bumps on the road, they start getting discouraged. They get real discouraged at one point, and then they start seeing other things, or they start hearing other people's opinions or other people's narratives on how they should just go about, like, oh man, you should do this or you should do that. That's not going to work. They start hearing it, so they start getting pessimist about things, and then they start steering away from it. You know what I'm saying? I never steered away. I just kept going. I heard a lot of it, man. You ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna do it. Da, 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 da. I done heard it all. I didn't even told myself I can't. I'm not gonna be willing to be like, I had it all mapped out. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It was times where, bro, I used to have to catch 2 buses I used to have to run. I used to have to catch 2 buses, a train, and I used to have to run home like 7 miles just to get home, bro. That's how dedicated I was to it, because I knew that this is all I got, and I'm gonna take it to a place where nobody's gonna believe it, and I know people are gonna doubt it, and that's fine. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That becomes the territory of something new, of being different from other people. They're always gonna doubt you because they can't do it. So you just stay focused on what you got going on, have a clear vision, keep going, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, that's a great point of, just trying to maintain focus. Can you tell the audience, the fans, everybody listening all around the world, how difficult it is as a professional boxer to get your body in shape physically, but also to prepare and get your mindset and your mentality in shape? Can you tell us how difficult that is, man?
It's real difficult because you got to work out extremely hard. Like I work out extremely hard. I work out like 2 times a day, probably sometimes 3 times a day, depending on the circumstances of the day. You have to eat healthy. You gotta just keep yourself motivated. You just gotta know. You just have to have a mindset where it's like nothing else matters, bro. It's a lot of sacrifices that come to life, and if you're not willing to make them kind of sacrifices, you're not willing to go above and beyond. Only 2%, or I would say 1% can get to that above and beyond place because they've created them sacrifices and they made it and they didn't care about anything else. Nothing else mattered. And those sacrifices, it don't just be your body. It doesn't just be your mind. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you might gotta sacrifice family time. You might gotta sacrifice money. You might gotta put yourself in debt. I put myself in debt at one point. It's a lot of stuff you might gotta sacrifice that you don't want to, but you're just gonna have to do it for the betterment of what you want, or of where you're going to. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So you're 19 wins, only one loss. Tell us how hard it is to maintain a record where you keep winning at fight after fight after fight, man. How hard is that to keep winning over and over again and just staying focused?
Man, you just gotta just keep going. That's it, bro. I got a vision, homie. I'm a visionary, so I got a clear mind, bro. Like my mind, don't nothing else really matter, bro. It's like when Lawrence Fishburne was in the movie Biker Boys. He was on a bike and he just zoned out. I'm just zoned out, bro. I have nothing else matters, bro. Anybody's opinions, everybody got opinions, bro. Opinions like booty holes. Everybody had their own fit, bro. I ain't even tripping. I just keep going, bro. I don't. Nothing else matters to me because I know where I'm gonna go. It led me this far. It led me this far, so I'm not gonna doubt my own self.
That's good, man. I'm really glad to hear that, and I'm sure the audience is also glad to hear that. So you know what I do already. You and
Yeah.
I have had extensive conversations of what I do behind the scenes as a manager. Since you do have a manager, can you tell the audience how important it is to have good representation in this business as a professional boxer?
You got to. I mean, the thing is, you better have somebody that loves you and is loyal to you. Or really not even love, it's loyalty. Loyalty. Because a lot of these managers will throw you under the bus. They just want to use you for money. My manager, he's dedicated himself to me for 10 years. So, we know each other on a personal level. And understand the business. Learn the business of boxing. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Even the genius ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Learn the business of boxing. Because a lot of people will mess you over. A lot of, boxing is a dirty game. Don't think it's clean cut. It sound good. That's business talk. That's Hollywood talk, what I call it. Just have to just know the business of boxing, know who's loyal to you, know the steps that it takes, because some people know the steps, some people just talk their way through the steps and they can just persuade you to do things that you're not supposed to do, and you'll end up in the wrong position. And I seen a lot of people end up in the wrong. I seen a lot of fighters end up in the wrong position, and now their careers in shambles because of it. Because their
Yep.
manager might, their managers might want them to do this and they want to do this, and then their manager have them on hold, or their managers don't want to do what they're obligated to do. It's a lot going on with the business, bro. You just have to learn it on your own. As a fighter, learn it. You trust your manager, but learn it also, because he represents you. He represents you. He works for you, not you work for him.
Very good point. And one of the things that I shared with you when you and I were together and we had a good time, we was kicking it. I always tell fighters that they themselves are the business. They
Yes, you
are
are.
the walking owners of their own business. And I shared that with you. And speaking of that, you being a businessman yourself, you have made some good decisions in your life. And before I go to that, and I already told you when I
Yeah.
talked to you that I was going to bring it up. So before I do that, though, back to management. By you having a good manager, your manager did a wonderful job moving you up the ranks, and then you finally got the call of a lifetime. Walk us through the phone call, the process when you found out that you would possibly go on the biggest stage of your career on ESPN to take on a former champion, a man in Jonathan Guzman, who had 24 wins and 23 knockouts. He was the big bad bully. Walk us through that process, man, how you got that call and how that materialized.
The thing is when I first fought on ESPN, because my man's he fought on ESPN. I think he knocked a lot of guys out on ESPN. So he plugged me in with ESPN. He plugged me in with Bob Arum. So we talked to Bob Arum. They gave me a chance when I fought in the bubble, when I fought Enrique Vivas, and it was fight of the year contender from what they was claiming, because we did bang for 10 rounds straight, and Enrique blew everybody else out the frame. So it made me look even better, because even though that was one of my first losses, it was basically it was a win. It was a win-lose situation. I lost on my record. It is what it is. I don't care about being undefeated, but it was a win because I made a great representation of myself on the biggest platform of my life. So they always kept in tabs with me. I was supposed to fight Mike Polanyi 2020. Mike Polanyi, he ducked me, and then I just kept fighting. I did the main event, and then once they called me for the Jonathan Guzman fight, the crazy part is when I first started boxing, Jonathan Guzman was a world champion. Or when I was first went pro, he was a world champion. So I already had eyes on him already. So it was crazy for me to get that call for Jonathan Guzman. I was like, he's not former, he's a former world champion. Hell yeah, I take it. I was a little nervous because you know what I mean. You don't want to get knocked out, but as like I said it before, I brought gangbang, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting really wasn't nothing to me, dog. It was really nothing. I know it sounds cliche for fighters to say they fought a lot. I really fought a lot. My resume speaks for itself. I fought a lot in the streets. I was an antagonist. So it really wasn't nothing for me to take that fight and just keep training, because like I said, I'm always in shape. I'm always in the gym. That's my job. I do it even when I don't got to fight. I'm in the gym 5 days a week. Even when I retire, I'm still going to be in the gym 5 days a week because I love to train. I love to train my body. I love to work out. So when they called me for that fight, I was already in shape. I was cool. He gave me a 9-week notice. Cool, all right. And then when I stepped in the ring, and I seen I said the weigh-in. Once I seen him in the weigh-in, I seen how big he was. I was like, oh, this about to be a cakewalk. About to be a cakewalk. He's not that big. You know what I'm saying? He's not that. And then when we got in the ring, I was more amped up because the fans booed me. So I was like, I'm really gonna beat his ass. And then once by the first round, I was kind of a little timid a little bit. I'm coming forward, doing what I got to do, handling him, having a jab on him and stuff like that. And about like the 4th round, I would start saying that. That's when I kind of got a lot of confidence. Like I could take his power. I could take it. I'm not even tripping him. I could take that. I could take that. He don't got that much power. He ain't really gonna stop me. And then I start. If it would have went 10 rounds, I would have stopped him. I would have stopped him eventually.
Well, before I go to the next question, salute to AM Sports Media in the chat, and also salute to Marlonia76. Says great content, great channel. Thank you so much, Marlonia76. Thank you for your contribution and your feedback in the chat. Thank you so much. And so, when you got in the ring, for anybody that's watching and listening to this, if you haven't saw the fight, go back on YouTube. It's on there. You'll see a good job that my man Carlos Jackson did against Jonathan Guzman. But the difference was, and you and I talked about this, Los, the difference was on the headset, on the broadcast, the commentators, they were not being very favorable to you.
They
How
definitely
did
were.
how did that make you feel when you watched the replay of the fight?
Man, I wanted to throw. Man, listen, man. And no disrespect to him. It is what it is. I got mad love for Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley. But like I say, I'm a street dude before this boxing. So if I would have heard them personally, I would have been like, Andre Ward, didn't you lose to Kovalev the first fight? Timothy Bradley, didn't you lose to Manny Pacquiao the first fight? You trying to say Guzman really won? Look at Guzman's face compared to mine during that fight. I still got the picture. Look at his face compared to mine. Really? Come on, turn it off. Turn the volume off when you watch the fight, and you'll see I actually really did beat him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm in the ring with him. I know I beat him. I know I did a couple mistakes. He's a former world champion, of course. I'm not a world champion, but I'm trying to get there. But at the end of the day, I did it. I won that fight. I'm not a judge. I was B-side.
Well, you know what? That's a good point. We're going to. I got something for that. Salute to my guy Carl Brown. Thank you, Carl Brown. Salute to you. He said, "Salute my brother, manager Marty. Thank you for your contribution, Carl. Always supporting the channel. One of my day ones. Thank you so much." And speaking of that, you were actually pushing Guzman back. Now, remember, he
Yeah.
was the power puncher, but you was actually walking him down. How did that build your confidence as the rounds progressed while you were pushing him back, man?
Man, if they would have showed like the whole fight when I was talking to Reigns, when I was talking to my coach, it just kept giving me more confidence. People know that I'm a aggressive fighter. I'm built hard. He even hurt my hands when he was fighting. But you know that's an excuse. You can say the truth, man. Everybody hurt their hands sparring me. I'm like I say, I'm a gym rat. I don't party. I don't do none of that extra shit that a lot of people do. I really am a gym rat. So I'm built for tough out here. When I say I'm like Caesar from Planet of the Apes, I'm really a gorilla out here. My body is very rough. I got very dense bones. So it really won't nothing for me. But at that overall, I was just getting more confidence. And by like the fifth round, I gained so much confidence that if it would have kept going, I would have stopped him eventually because I didn't care about getting hit no more.
Yeah, good point, man. Only the strong survive in this business and in the game and inside of that ring. Now, you said something that most fighters and even managers and even some promoters are a little fearful of saying. And that's why I have a lot of respect for you, man, because you keep it all the way 100. You said I was the B side. And most fighters don't want to come out and say, I was the B side. In your case, you knew you were the B side, but you went in there, made something out of nothing, turned around and became an A side moving forward in your career. So
Yeah, man.
when you say you're the B side, can you explain that to the audience?
I mean, it's gonna sound crazy right now, but this Bloods. I'm just B team, bro. I don't even care being on B side. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, that ain't nothing but just that's like, who cares, bro? If you get sick, if you get a 6 week notice, okay, you got 6 weeks of training. If you in the gym every day, that's light work. That's light work. It's just a figment of imagination for people that's unconfident in themselves. Who cares? Everybody's a B side. Pacquiao was B side when he first took that 2 week. I think he took a week notice when he first went on Top Rank. I think he took a 1 week or 2 week notice fight. Who cares? That's a figment of imagination. As long as you stay ready, you stay stay dangerous. You stay dangerous out there in them streets, man. You stay dangerous. You always in the gym. Hey, bro, that's light work. That's nothing. That ain't nothing but, hey, man, fighters. You a fighter. You got two hands. Same way he got two hands, bro. Same way. You got two hands. He got two hands. You both gonna fight it out, and you gonna fight me. Believe that.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of fighting, we know this is called prize fighting. And you basically got the biggest bag of your career in that fight, but you didn't do what some other fighters unfortunately do with
Yeah.
their money and when they get the biggest purse of their career. Tell us some of the things I told you yesterday. I'm gonna be honest and be 100 in front of my
Yeah.
audience. I'm not going to ask you for no plugs. I told you that privately. But can you encourage the fighters? Can you teach the audience how important it is to make some kind of investments when you get the biggest bag of your career, Los?
Let me say this. Like I said, like I stated before. Before I was a boxer, I was a hustler. I was working, helping my brother get into the music industry. So I know a lot of cats in the music industry, and what I did with the money, because I'm not gonna say, yeah, I messed off like a couple $1,000. Really won't, not too much. I'm very, very frugal with my money, but I was like, you know what? I don't know. Boxing is not promised to me. I don't have a top ranked promotion. I'm not with top. I got good ties with them, but I'm not with them. So there's nothing promised to me. So let me literally put majority of this money somewhere where I know it's going to count. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, it was my homegirl nail salon. I put money in her thing. It kind of messed me over. It didn't matter. But one of my homeboys, a good friend of mine named Gordon, he kicked me off with something called Urban Waters. And he said, bro, I got this thing called Urban Waters, a water company, where, we can we can generate sales. We can give it to the urban community, and we can sell it off to hip hop community. And I said, hey, bro, what I got to do? Hey, bro, just give me some money. Just give me some money. I'll give you shares of the company. And I put money into that, and now I got 5 shares of the company. I also dibble and dabble as being a personality because last year was so, like I said, I only fought one time last year. Not faults of my own. You can blame Carlos Capononi, whatever his name is. He ducked me, and a lot of other cats didn't want to fight me. So I started dibbling and dabbling in the personality realm, and I started doing like like IG content. I had a show called Sunday Morning Brunch, where I wanted to just go around Atlanta and do brunch areas and show people different brunch spots. And I started getting into the personality realm thanks to my boy Scotty. He helped me out be more camera savvy. So I started doing that, and I got good reviews on that. My homeboy hit me off with some money on that. But like, bro, I want you to keep doing that show. Do that. You could be you have a face and the charisma to be an actual personality. More, right after boxing, that could be your career. I know you're gonna have a career in being like a host, like a figure. So I said, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna do that. And then I created a YouTube channel called Preach to Peach. We got a podcast. It's going up right now, and we just started last month, and we got 6 people. We all working together as a team, and we're gonna keep going and keep building and keep building and keep building. And hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Just put your money where your mouth is, bro. Put your money where your mouth is. Get some real estate also. I got real estate too.
Really glad to hear that. Some people may been in the chat. I see the chat moving, but I want to make sure they don't forget or miss out on what you said, because I want everybody, when you're done this live, if you can, please go subscribe to Los's channel. Can you give them the name of the channel one more time on YouTube, Los?
It's called Preach the Peach, D-A Peach. Preach the Peach. It's in Georgia. It's gonna be everything Georgia. We're gonna give y'all way more content. It's about to start getting hot, so it's about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be fun. Y'all gonna love it. It's funny. It's not nothing. It's gonna be a couple boxing things, but it's not nothing boxing. It's gonna be more so Atlanta views. Expect dope ass podcast. Expect dope topics. We're gonna show y'all Atlanta. We're gonna show y'all the lifestyle in Atlanta, everything about it, new spots. If you want to visit Atlanta, go to Preach the Peach podcast. It's up there. Subscribe, like the channel, bro. It's gonna be funny as hell. You're gonna see me outside the ring.
And that's going to help build your fan base as well, because you have a personality. Los,
man.
I want to say thank you for your time, man. I know you're in a restaurant. I hope I didn't keep you too long, brother.
Oh, no. They over there just chilling. They looking at me laughing.
All right, cool. Before I go, I want to ask you this question. All of the subscribers, viewers, and the audience want to know this, and I'm sure they do. Who do you have on your radar? What's next? Is there up-and-coming fight you got? You got somebody in division on your radar you want to call out? Give us some last words on that, bro.
I want MJ. Tell MJ to holler at me. Tell MJ, stop holding them belts, bro. Stop holding them 2 belts. MJ, I want you, dog. I want you. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get you. I want MJ. Tell the zone, stop hiding.
Now, some people might not know exactly who you're referring to when you say MJ.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I forgot his name, bro. He's a world champion. He has the WBA. I think he has the WBA. He has WBA world title. WBA and the IBF. He has those titles. I don't know his name. It's Eastern European, but I want him. I want his ass, bro. If I don't get him this year, I'm gonna get his ass. I will get his ass next year. I know. Just be waiting on it. I'm about to start talking major shit out here. Major shit, bro. If you don't like it, I don't care. That's been me since day one. But ask all the homies about me, bro.
Yep, and we already talked about that, and you told me you was going to start doing that, to get that buzz flowing. I wish you nothing but the best. You got my personal hitter. You call me anytime, brother. I salute you and your manager and everything that you're doing.
Yeah,
every time I come to the A, I know I can give you a call.
Put up on me, dog. I got all the spots. And it's my city out here, bro. So I know everything out here, bro. I know everything.
Say no more. You already know when you come to you come. I know you got your ties in Jersey, but when you come to the East Coast,
I got a lot of ties in Jersey.
I know you got ties in Jersey. You're talking about that, but when you come on the East Coast, especially Philly, You hit my jack, brother. I'm gonna take care of you.
I got you, bro. I got you.
My
I'll definitely
boy,
be out there
thank you.
soon. I'll be out there. I'll probably be out there in July in Jersey.
Hit my jack, bro. I set it all up for you.
I got you, bro.
My God, thanks for your time, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Same,
Salute.
bro. I appreciate it, homie.
Yeah, y'all, man. I love when fighters come on the channel, or even if they don't come on this channel, but they provide information and education on someone else's channel. As long as they're just getting that opportunity to get in front of a camera, get in front of a spotlight, get in an interview, get their name up. Boxing is a very, very, very brutal sport, but the business is even more brutal. So, I just love to see fighters when they have an opportunity to make some money, and that they on the right path and staying focused. So I appreciate all of you with allowing me to interview Los. You'll go check out his podcast on YouTube. Y'all go support him. He's a good guy. If I'm stamping him, y'all know he's legit, because I only hang with legit people. Now, salute to everybody that acknowledged me in the chat. Salute to everybody that's watching me live and in living color. If you're joining the replay of this live, I salute you. I thank you for your viewership. Please don't hesitate to go into the comments section and come on and give me some feedback. Let's get back into the foundation of where I was going with BLK Prime, and then Adrien Broner, and then, of course, Terence Bud Crawford. So picking up where I left off, the foundation was that Bud Crawford only had a one-fight deal, according to what everybody was saying, right? So he got the one-fight deal. They went to Omaha. Bam. What happened? They went to Omaha, and they had a good show. Salute. I got to stop my show again because he wasn't here in the beginning, but I see him in the chat. WCS, I salute you, my brother. World Combat Sports, I salute you. I gave you your flowers earlier, WCS, and I thank you again for providing me with some exposure on your channel and put me in your thumbnail by saying Manager Marty Exposed, because I like that, because everybody start running over there to say, oh man, Manager Marty Exposed, and it worked. And you had a great show, a great live last night. Even when you stopped talking about me, you still had a great live. So I want to salute to you, WCS. So back to this thing about Crawford, right? And so now that Crawford said that BLK Prime is the new wave, and then Adrien Broner called the owner of BLK Prime, or one of the executives. He kept saying, my Uncle Dez, my Uncle Dez. They got the bag. They're the new wave. They're taking over boxing. And Broner said all of those great things. And I'm not saying he wasn't sincere. I believe that he was sincere when he said those things. But where we are today, what a difference a week makes. It was all good just a week ago. So we already know. I don't have to rehash that part. But at this point, Adrien Broner is no longer conducting business with BLK Prime. He hasn't fought on their platform yet. He had a 3-fight deal that was supposedly, I think, worth $12 million. That's what he said, whatnot. But he basically didn't even fight on the cards of BLK Prime, didn't fight on the platform of BLK Prime. And, unfortunately, they're not in business anymore. What a difference, a week made. And, a lot of times when, fighters get excited and they say a lot of things because it might be the most positive things to say. It might be, the most politically correct thing to say at that time. And then when it doesn't happen, or when, the business relationship doesn't materialize as expected, it basically make everybody involved look bad. And of course, most people that do not like or discredit Al Heyman and PBC, they were blaming Al Heyman. Before Adrien Broner even said all of this, they were blaming him, Al Heyman. Oh, it's Al Heyman's fault. He's the one that, made something happen where, BLK Prime couldn't put on the card when Ivan Redcatch had to fall out, for having those promotional issues. And then he was replaced by Hank Lundy. And then they said it was Al Heyman fought then because, Adrian Broner was supposed to be fighting Hank Lundy. And then Hank Lundy had some contractual obligations with a promoter. And then he had to fall out. And then he got suspended indefinitely. And then Michael Williams Jr. was the replacement. And people still was saying, oh, Al Heyman, Al Heyman. And then the unfortunate thing happened with Mike Jr., where he got injured in sparring. And then now people don't have to blame Al Heyman because Adrien Broner came out himself and said that BLK Prime did not deliver. His words, not mine, did not deliver as he expected them to. We don't know exactly what, that meant. But at the same time, it did not work out. I just want everybody to see that the link to join in is not just in the chat, or it should be in the chat, or at least I got it started in the chat. Y'all know y'all been on my live for a couple of weeks now. Y'all know Manager Marty need help with that, trying to keep it posted right then and there. But I know somebody in the chat on Friday was teaching me how to do it. I didn't have enough time today to get it done before this video, so I apologize for that. But guess what? The link is on your screen. So anybody that wants to come on in and join real quick, come on in. I welcome you. I welcome you. And so back to this whole Broner deal, when we saw how it didn't work out, it didn't work out. And so here's my take on it. I'm going to tell you right now what my take of it is. Y'all know I always provide the business perspective, right? So we've heard Adrien Broner for the years, even when he was with Al Heyman, say about billions, AB promotions, about billions. And, I always see how fighters will say they promotional company, but when it's time to be in a position to promote, they don't have a promotion company. And it's unfortunate. Salute to Sean Clark. Thank you for your contribution, Sean, to the channel. He's one of my day ones. And Sean Clark says, BLK out of boxing already? After all this talk about PBC and Showtime going out of business? That's wild. I know AB want to get paid. Makes you wonder. Thank you again, Sean Clark, for your contribution and your feedback on the channel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if BLK Prime is going to go out of business or not. I'm not here to speak that into existence. There are a lot of great things that they can do to bounce back from only signing Terence Crawford to a one-fight agreement. And then, obviously, this happening with Adrien Broner having 3 different replacements, and then still no fight was materialized to the point where the entire card, that was supposed to take place Sunday evening in Atlanta, Georgia, was completely scratched. And so, listen, it's all about how you conduct good business in the sport of boxing. And so I see a lot of fighters, they say that they have a promotional company, right? And then when it's time to promote, they don't promote. And that's probably why you see a lot of fighters go to other promoters to try to get a contractual obligation and an agreement with them, because they just have a promotional company or an LLC or whatever on paper. But you have to put it in practice. And that's how you separate yourself from just saying, I have a promotion company as a boxer, and actually being a promoter. People in the chat are saying that Adrien Broner might be done. His career is over. I don't know. We all know at this point that would have been a great opportunity for Adrien Broner, because he was the A side on the BLK Prime platform. But he might go somewhere else and still be able to make money, but he might not be able to be the A side. He might be a B side, or a stepping stone, or a gatekeeper, as they say in the sport of boxing. That's a possibility, but he can still generate money. I'm not speaking that on his life. I'm just telling you the realities of what happened in his business when you're Adrien Broner's age, when you have not been active as much, when you leave a major outfit like a PBC or a Showtime, and then you are basically a free agent. These are the things that usually occur in the business of boxing. Okay. Um, so this is why it's important for fighters to have what, y'all? What I always say? Good what? Representation. Representation. Now, Adrien Broner, we don't know if he burnt those bridges over there with PBC because he is the one that went on Sean Porter's podcast and said that Al Heyman is delaying people money. He said that. He clarified it on that DAZN interview, when he said, Al was giving my money in increments to basically help me out. But just to put that narrative out there in the atmosphere, it gave other content creators, the media, and other fans basically an opportunity to throw shots at Al Heyman and make PBC look bad. So, Adrien Broner will have to eat a whole lot of humble pie to go back over there to PBC. Now, here's the thing. If he goes back over to PBC, he said that Al Heyman was going to put him in there with gorillas. So if he's ready to fight the gorillas instead of easy opponents, like he said that he would be able to get over at BLK Prime, then maybe he can work something out with Al Heyman, PBC, and those executives over there, because he did say he has a good relationship with Al. So, that might be a possibility. And like I always say, y'all, if you want your question highlighted for me to answer it, I encourage you to support the channel, by contributing. And so that when you contribute, I'll be able to highlight your question. I'll be able to answer your questions that you have, and everybody wins all across the board, okay? Because I want to make sure that those that want an opportunity to contribute, they get their comments highlighted, their questions highlighted. This is not a form of me asking for money. I want y'all to understand. Y'all all been on YouTube longer than me, so y'all know how this thing works to be able to support the channel, okay? And so that, I just wanted to put that out there because people have been, throwing shots at me in the past and then even recently. Oh man, you be asking for money, and it's not about that. It's about supporting the channel so I can continue to provide you all with the quality content. And listen, there's no mistaking in this, okay? There's information that you all have learned on this channel, whether it be through a live broadcast or published content that you have not heard anywhere else. So I work hard to make sure I provide you all with quality content, and I support each and every one of you, and I appreciate your support. Now, moving on. Now, when it comes down to Adrien Broner, I don't know what the future may hold for Broner. I recommend, since Broner do have a name and he keeps screaming about billions, I recommend that he follow all the prerequisites to literally go and form his own promotion company. And I know he might not be experienced as a promoter, or he might be just used to promoting himself. But this is why you pay good representation to do all of the things that you are not skilled in, so that you can be successful outside of boxing. I mean, look at what Mayweather Promotions is doing. Even though Floyd was fighting, look, they still have fighters under their banner, and they're still moving forward. Even though they may not have Tank Davis, they're still promoting fights. And so my point is, even if business relationships don't work out, you still have a promotional company to fall back on. And everybody's not built to have their own promotion company. I'm just using Adrien Broner as an example because we've heard him say over the course of many years about billions, about billions. Now he can use his star power to build his own promotional company up and go to those gyms, especially in his hometown where they respect and love him at, to be able to get those up-and-coming fighters, put them on, and build relationships in the business of boxing. The Real 6 Team 6 Productions. Thank you for your contribution to the channel, and thank you for your feedback. And you say, and I read, take this money. Ain't nothing free out here. Thanks for the content. Oh, man, thank you so much, The Real 6 Thank you for supporting the channel. Um, Somebody else just did something. Oh, my guy, World Combat Sports. Thank you for your contribution, my brother, to the channel. Thank you for your feedback. WCS says, evening, brother. Can you copy and invite a guest link on StreamYard and paste it in the chat? Hey, WCS, I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. I don't know how to do that. Hold on, I'm going to try to do it, though. And then you said put it in the chat. That's how y'all supposed to do it? I think somebody was telling me that last week, and I didn't understand what they were saying. All right, hold on. I'm going to try to see if I can do it. Hold on, I'm going to try to see if I can do that, all right? I appreciate your support and contribution, Scotty. Thank you so much, man. Let me see if I can try that. Y'all give me a second, okay? But look, in the meantime, if somebody want to jump on, the link is on the screen until I go ahead and put this thing together. All right? I seen that guy in the chat, too. Y'all remember that guy from, what was that? Was that Friday or last Tuesday? That boy, I ain't going to say his name. I ain't going to give him no free promotion because he said he wanted to, he wanted to debate me. So I'm not going to give you no, I'm not going to give you no free promotion. Your name start with a J, but your real name start with a G. I seen you in the chat. I see you. Yeah. You want to debate me on Terence Crawford and Spence or something like that. Yeah, I seen him. Let me see something real quick, right? Hold on. I'm going to try to put this thing together. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me try to see if I can put something together. I'm going to get this together, y'all. All right? Yup. Oh, somebody said the link on the screen don't work. What? Hold up, man. Y'all got to stop playing. Manager Marty be... Oh, come on, Manager Marty. You can't be slipping like that. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Hold up for a minute, man. Man, look, I don't know what's going on because I want y'all to come on through. I know somebody want to come on. Yeah, somebody said the link on the screen don't work. Oh, my God. Are y'all serious? Well, I just sent the link to my man Los that just came on. It was working for him. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, y'all. We're going to get this together. No. Hold up for a minute. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm going to put this thing together. Y'all bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with Manager Marty. Bear with Manager Marty. Hold on 1 second, all right? All right, hold on, y'all. Salute to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all patience. We're gonna get it together. Because I know people want to come on. We're gonna make sure everybody get a chance to come on. All right. Hold on for 1 second. Now look, right? I'm not scared to ask y'all this publicly. Because hey, listen, you gotta learn when you don't know something. So look, check this out. Somebody in the chat help me real quick. So when I go to guess, right? Y'all help me out real quick, all right? When I go to guess, right? My fault, Richmond 804. He said, Marty, you got to get YouTube wavy, bro. I'm trying to get YouTube wavy. I apologize. I promise y'all I'm going to get it together. But look, somebody help me real quick. All right, look, right? When I go to guest, right? When I put invite guests, I press copy, right? When I click on copy, it says copy, right? Now, how do I put it in the chat? Because every time I go back, after I copy it, every time I go back to the comments part, it don't come up. Somebody help me real quick. Please, real quick. Oh, my fault. I didn't even mean to put that joint up there. Can somebody help me real quick? Did y'all hear the question? The question was, when I go on guests and I click on invite guests and it lights up. When I click on copy, right? From there, how do I get it in the chat? How do I paste it to the chat is the question. Hey, Carl, when I go on guests and then I click on invite guests, right? All right, hold on. Big Dose 513, salute, brother. He said, go to the chat bar and press it like you go on comment and then right click and then push paste. I try to do that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try that one more again. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get y'all on the channel tonight. Hold on. All right, copy. Okay. And then go to the chat bar. Okay, where it say post a comment, right? Then click on it. Hold on. All right, paste. My God. My God. That's it? Did I do it? Hold on. Did I do it? That's it right there? I don't know how to do the wrenches yet, yo. Hey, Carl, I don't know how to do the wrenches. I don't know how to do the wrenches because I'm on my phone tonight, y'all. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let me see how to get up out of this joint. Hold on. Get off my screen now. Yo, did I do it? We in the chat. We live? I know that's right. We live and live in color. I knew it. Listen, thank y'all so much for helping Manager Marty. Now I know how to do it. I'm not that technically sound. Hold on, we about to bring the man up here. World Combat Sports. What's going on, champ?
Hey, you official now. You got the on the chat. If you want to pin it to the top, all you
going in it. You going in and out, Scotty. Say that again. Hold on, he said pin it to the top. I think that's what he said. Scotty, can you hear me? Who? You going in and out
now?
World, you going in and out World Combat. Say it again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Second.
Can you hear me, World Combat?
Yeah.
You breaking up, champ. I don't know what's going on with World Combat. Hold on. I got my man Carl Brown on the line with manager Marty. What's up, Carl?
What's good, Marty? What's good, bro?
I'm all right, man. How you, champ?
I'm all right.
Man, I finally learned how to do that little link thing now. I'm good now.
Yeah, you don't know how to pin it. You don't know how to pin it in the chat?
No, I just learned how to put it in the actual chat. But
yeah, I don't know how to do that either. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm right along with you.
It's cool, Carl. I'm gonna get it though. Don't worry, somebody gonna teach me how to do it. It's cool. What's up with you though, man?
Right, man. I'm good. I just got finished eating dinner.
Hey, man, I appreciate your support always on the channel, bro. Appreciate you, man.
If I got it, you got it.
Say no more. Hey, Carl, since you said that, I need about $200, man. Sack, I'm just playing with you, Carl. I don't need 200, man. What's good with you, man?
Man, everything been good, man. Like I told everybody, man, come mess with Manager Marty, man. Mr. Roller Film Crew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Man.
All the time. All the time. Yo, anybody want to come on? Y'all can jump on. World Combat. Huh?
What topic were you on tonight?
Oh man, we gonna talk about that Terence Crawford in a few minutes, but I want to make sure that World Combat Sports can hear me. Your audio was choppy, Scotty, and I think something happened where you got clicked off. So come on back if you listen to World Combat. I want you to come back on, brother. Anybody else want to come on? I learned how to put the link in the chat. I'm gonna try to see how I pin it to the top. All right.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how Adrien Broner left TLK?
Yeah, that's that's what we was talking about, man.
And all his apologies to Al Heyman. I knew what he meant when he said it. I ain't even going for. I knew what he meant when he first said it. I'm like, hey, but when he said I didn't receive a check, when he said he didn't receive a check from Al Heyman, he didn't say Al Heyman got him. You know what I mean? He was just saying that because he already broke it down like how he was getting money from him, how he was getting money from him here and there, and he just said he didn't receive a check, which Al Heyman is an advisor, so he helping him advise his money. So a lot of people that was gonna miss a lot of people here anyway. Anybody that had a disdain for PBC and Al Heyman, they was gonna think like that anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but they all got to eat their words now because it ain't Al Heyman in them.
Man, look, be for real. Who messing with Al Heyman and PBC with really putting big fights on? Who? Name any promotional company. Top Rank is right there, but they not messing with it. They not messing like for real. Look, while I'm on your live, I really want to get this off my chest too.
Go ahead.
Like a lot of people not realizing that. Look how fast it took Terence Crawford to get in this deal with Alexis Rocha. Like everybody was saying, he was never putting his best foot forward with that Earl Smith fight. Remember one thing Floyd Mayweather said when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, before he fought Oscar De La Hoya. One thing that Floyd Mayweather said, this would be, because he had confidence in himself, this will be my last time being a B-side. So for any Terence Crawford fan, they supposed to look at Terence Crawford supposed to look at it. Terence Crawford supposed to look at it like this. Okay, even if they playing me, if they shitting on me, I'm talking about I'm taking it. This fight being made. Because after that, out of him and Earl Spence, the winner would be not only the face of boxing, the cash cow, never be another B-side to nothing. And what they say goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. That's facts.
You hear
me? Yeah, that's facts. I hear you, bro.
Yo. You hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. You good?
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
What's going on,
It's
man? Good
like a
morning. How you
delay.
feeling, bro?
A World Combat. I'm good. I'm good. Scotty. Hold on, Scotty, because Carl Brown. I want to make sure he finished his last points. Carl, can
Okay,
you
what's
hear
up?
me, Carl?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, I heard everything you said. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Go ahead, finish your last point,
All
Carl.
right.
You got it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so basically what I was saying, like, not only would they be the face of boxing, they'd be the cash cow, they'd never be the B-side to anybody that they fight basically for the rest of their career. Even with a loss after whoever win out of them two, whoever, I don't care if they lose their next fight, they will always be the A-side because the fight for this was to become the face of boxing. And Terence Crawford got more experience, they say, than Earl Spence, right? He should have knew that. That's why Earl Spence, same way all his other fights were being made, just like that, with Al Heyman and them, he knew Al Heyman could make it happen. Only one that could fuck that up, excuse my language, only one that could mess that up is Terence Crawford. Because Earl Spence been moving like this. He been moving like this. Everybody know Earl Spence been moving like this. So Earl Spence, so with Terence Crawford first coming in, he didn't even have to think like, oh, why Earl Spence not at the tables with us. He knew how Earl Spence moved before then. Like everybody gonna play stupid because that's their favorite fighter. Now, me growing up, Roy Jones was my favorite fighter. I still like Roy Jones. I just want him to stop boxing. Leave it alone. It's over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Earl Spence today, since 2012, since I started following him, like that's one of my favorite fighters. Top notch. Probably my favorite fighter today. Like, you know what I mean? And I ain't afraid to say that.
Yeah.
But some of these Bud fans, they take it far. They take it far. They act like whatever come out of Terence Crawford's mouth is like the God honest truth. Like this dude can lie too. Like, and like I was on BFTB one night, and I asked this one question: what type of niggas is Terence Crawford? Yeah, you know what I mean. What type of niggas Terence Crawford hanging around that actually pushed for him to go live that night? Like, go live and tell the business. Any real dude will understand and straight up be like, man, hold up, going out saying all this, you ain't getting paid, bro. You ain't. Him ain't gonna want to do no business with that. That's regular. That's regular thinking. A 5-year-old would know that.
Mm-hmm.
So when these Terence Crawford fans, like, I don't have a disdain for none of them, but you got these Terence Crawford fans, and then you got these dudes that built this little group that they just gonna ride them no matter what. Like they not even in it for the sport. They just in it for Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? So them dudes, I don't pay attention to them. Sometimes I argue back and forth with them. I'll be in everybody's comments. But at the end of the day, you got the real Terence Crawford fans that everything that I'm saying right now, they understand. They understand that's exactly all that right there. Who become the face of boxing after them two fight each other? So, like the same old thing with Floyd Mayweather did with Oscar De La Hoya. I would never be a B-side again. That's how Earl Smith supposed to been thinking, and that's how Terence Crawford would have been thinking. Now, until something come out that say that Earl Spence was trying to mess this whole thing up, I'm gonna believe Earl Spence because Earl Spence always been a quiet dude. He never said but too much, and when he did say something, it just happened. Just like when he said, "Terence, I'm coming for that motherfucker belt." When he said that, I believed him. I had no other choice but to believe him because that's how he always. That's how he been. You know what I mean? After Terence Crawford fight, they supposed to straight. Terence Crawford did the same thing that Spence did after that fight, if not better. You got the last say so before this fight started, before this fight happened. All that when people, he said Earl Spence, I thought what happened to you both is spinning the block. That's cornball shit. That you just doing everything to live off this dude's name. That's how I look at it. And you make yourself look bad by doing more talking than he is when you supposed to be the one with more experience.
That's true. Hey, Carl, one more thing, because everybody's in the chat, they
Right.
talking. I see a lot of Bud fans. I hate to say Bud fans and Spence fans. That just sounds
It's
crazy to
crazy.
me because we
No, you
love
gotta say the
boxing,
Bud
right?
fanatics.
So
The Bud
so
fanatics.
so
You
if
want
you
to
want
go crazy.
We got to be Bud fanatics, bro. There's nothing wrong with being a
No,
Bud fan.
no. See, I'm an Earl Smith fan, but let Earl Smith start out here lying and capping, and Earl Smith don't say nothing, and a lot of y'all Bud, not the Bud fans, the Bud fanatics, them the ones that say Earl Smith's not saying nothing. Oh, he must be scared. Or no, well, say if he want to talk and play and do all that, he can do that with his kids at home. Any grown man should know that.
Hey,
He,
Carl, I understand. I understand where
I'm just
you
not
at
gonna
with it.
think the crazy ones think. I'm gonna think regular. Like,
Hey, Carl, can I say this right quick? So, when I
what?
hear a Arrow fan, right? I usually call aerosexuals, but in this
I don't
case,
even know what that means.
I'm gonna give you respect, bro, because I ain't trying to debate you, And I'll shout out to Manager Marty for letting me on the panel. Salute, brother. Um, I look at it like this, man. When Terence Crawford wasn't saying anything, the Arrow fans were saying that he was poor for business. He wasn't promoting himself. He didn't want to take the initiative to build up the fight and everything else. But now you celebrating Errol Spence for saying very little during this situation. But yet his actions speak louder than his words ever could. You know what I'm saying? He's still out of the ring as we speak there, Carl. You feel
Now,
me? He's still out as we speak. So it has something to do with his kids. It has something to do with his family. Is he
let me
is
ask
he
you one
entirely
thing.
focused, bro? Is he entirely focused right now? Because Bud is about to step back in against his mandatory,
Let me ask you one
and you
thing though.
got Errol Spence just out there in the universe.
Look, let me ask you one thing. What you saying that, right? Let's go back the last 6 fights. Let's go back the last 7 fights.
7 fights for who? For who?
I'm saying for Earl Smith and Terence Crawford. Let's go back 7 fights. Let's go back 6 fights.
Okay,
What was
which
Terence
one is
Crawford?
going to be, Carl? 6 or 7? Real talk.
Let's go back.
Respectfully.
Matter of fact, let's go back 5 fights. They last
Okay.
5 fights. Earl Smith, within years, Earl Smith and Terence Crawford had the same amount of fights. With Earl Smith getting the car crash, the eye injury. You remember the car crash by itself was 14 months. Remember that? What was Terence Crawford? Why was Terence Crawford more active? Well, I mean, I hate to do that. Like, why Earl? Because I really don't. Me personally, I'm really rooting for Earl Smith don't get Terence Crawford no shot, no nothing. Like, for real. Let's see who career go where.
I
This
mean,
I'm.
I mean, if he don't give him a shot,
I
it will
say,
hurt
but
Errol Spence more than Terence Crawford at the end of
let's
the day.
let's see.
I mean, I'm just saying, career wise, and the credentials that both fighters have, Terence Crawford has done more in his career. Now,
Okay,
the
look.
resumes can be debated all day long. I get what
Okay,
you're saying. The
this how you
resumes are
kill that.
always going to be up for debate.
Look, this how you could kill that. This how Earl Smith could kill that right away without being undisputed. Look, Terence Crawford was undisputed at 140. Terence Crawford had one other belt before. I mean, one other belt in another division before he became undisputed at 140. Right? Okay. He got undisputed. He hold one belt. Let's not forget the ring magazines. We gotta give him that too. If Earl Smith go up to 154, okay, let's say he had a fight with Keith Thurman, no belt, no nothing on line. His next fight is a title. If Jamel Charlo move up, I'm just saying, say if Jamel Charlo move up, Earl Smith gets his hand on two of those. Just two of them. And it's hard to get the other champions or anybody else to fight him before he become undisputed. So he like, you know what? I'm going up to 160 now. And he get two more. And you know it ain't gonna be no bum niggas. And you know it ain't gonna be no bum niggas he fight. Let's be real about it. Now if he already had 3 at welterweight. Let's say if he get 2 belts at 154, and then it's like I said, he don't even get the other 2 belts. He moves up somewhere down the line and get 2 more belts at 160. How's career look now?
Carl, you gonna let me chime in, brother?
No,
So
I wanted to get my whole part out, my whole point out the way. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I feel you. You asking, you creating a lot of scenarios. I hear you
no,
on what you're saying.
I'm
You pretty much, if Errol Spence is given the opportunity to expound on his career and picking up more chips, how would it look? It'll look great. If he's able to go up to 54 and get a hold of those belts, absolutely is going to add to his legacy. Absolutely it is. But the one thing about it is that I already put it out there years ago on how he can add to his legacy. Al Hammond could have added to his legacy. You want to know what I said? I said Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo should fight a 2-fight deal. Errol Spence should pick up the belts. Errol Spence should pick up the belts from Jermell Charlo, and then in the rematch, Jermell Charlo get it back. That would make Errol Spence undisputed at 154, two division unified champion. Then, if Jermell Charlo was able to get the belts back, that would make him 2-time undisputed champion. It's just two black men doing business in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it would be a great scenario. Just like you creating scenarios, you know what I'm saying, for Spence. What if that scenario of PBC would have worked? If Errol Spence can move up and face Jermell Charlo in a 2-fight deal and both of them get a 1-1, that's money. That's legacy right there for both fighters.
Well, let me chime in. Both of y'all have.
Can I put that real quick? Can I put that? Look, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not saying, because I'm not saying, and I don't want to take too long either. I'm not saying like Errol Spence is going to happen. I just don't see Errol Spence the type of fighter that's going to be like, yo, I'm going to be at 154 and just keep on fighting fighters without fighting for a belt. I just don't see him doing it. Even if he got to push Jermell Charlo hand. But I think Jermell Charlo and him going to work something out. That Jermell Charlo, he already undisputed. Jermell Charlo is going to
Jermell already told Brian Custer.
This is going to happen. He's going to fight for a belt at 154. Errol Spence going to fight for a belt.
Jamel already told Brian Custer that if Errol Spence wants the belts, he'll vacate them. And if he wants them bad enough, he can fight for them. He didn't say he was going to fight Errol Spence while he was undisputed. He said if he wants them bad enough, he'll vacate the belts and Errol Spence can fight for him. That's what Jermell Charlo said on the Brian Custer Last Stand podcast.
Well, here's the thing, because I don't want the show to be about Spence versus Crawford, because right now we know that Spence is not fighting Crawford. Okay, so I wanted us to be on the same page. I got Big Dose.
I'm about to go live, Marty. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm about to go live anyway. But hey, brother, I just wanted to get on here and tell you salute, man, and to all his listeners. You already know Marty knows what he's talking about when it comes to the boxing business. I actually took down some notes the time that I had to holler at him while he was in the ATL. So I was just coming through to support, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. You official now with the link. You know how to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you official now. You certified, ready to go, man. So,
thank you.
Yeah, man. I'll be getting in touch, bro.
Say no more. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate you. Salute to you, man. All right, we got my man, 513. Where you at? Talk to him.
What up, Marty, man? Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, man.
Salute.
Hey, I just want to commend you on what you did, man. Here, starting your channel. It's very entertaining, also truthful, and also integrity means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like a person doesn't have integrity, I can't really rock with that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not calling no names out at all. I'm just saying, as far as you go, I've seen integrity with you. And that means a lot, man. And also, you had your first interview before you even figured out how to get a guest on your channel, man. That's saying something too.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. I always give credit to YSM Sports Media. He asked me to do an interview one day while I was just chilling in Boots' gym with Boots and Bosley and them. I was just chilling with Greg Hackett was there. My man Coach L was there. I was just kicking it with them. Jamil, he asked me for an interview. I did an interview, from a manager's perspective, and the rest is history. So I always give credit to him when somebody give credit to me for, the interviews, you know what I mean? And then I was like, man, the reception that I was getting was so wild that people was asking him, bring manager Marty back, bring that guy back. We learned something. We like how he put things together. So I saw the reception and I said, you know what? If I do my own YouTube channel, I can be able to, provide a business perspective and really give the fans education, at my own pace. I'm starting to see that it's paying dividends and people learning, man. So I salute to you, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, and also Marty, uh, a person has to realize they got to adapt. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, just YouTube, social media, you can get rich for real. You if not rich, you can make a comfortable living off of it, man. Just getting on here and sharing your thoughts. And a person really got to be a dummy not to really do it. I'm not saying that people that don't do it are dummies. I'm just saying if you are inclined to do something like this and you don't take advantage of it, then shame on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I feel you 100%, brother. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate your support. I see you always in my chat. You always supporting. I've seen you in other live chats saluting me as well when I come on. So I salute to you, brother. You're the champ, man. I thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I told you I was gonna make you a beat for your channel, man. But
Oh, you was the one
need
that
your
said that?
email. I need your email, man.
Yo, email me martythemanager@gmail.com.
Okay, bet for sure.
Yo, now what you want me to do with the beat? You know I can rap too. I spit something if you want
Man,
me. What you want me to do?
we can get on one together, man. You gotta check out my music on my channel, man. I got original music on my channel as well as I've been going live sporadically, but I'm about to get back on and I'm just trying to get my visuals and stuff right before I really formally get out there. And I'm
All
doing
right.
that right now.
All right. Send me when you send me an email. Put the name of your channel and everything on the email, and I'll come check you out, my brother.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll put a link in there.
Say no more, for sure. Salute, man.
Yeah, hey, what you talking about with the boxing though, man? Who you cooking on?
Well, we about to cook on Terence Crawford and why he run over there to De La Hoya and how all of a sudden he got that mandatory. I'm about to cook on that.
We seen that coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to tell the people.
Yeah, when he went over there and had that meeting with Oscar, that was his plan. That was his plan, man. And they already in talks.
Yep, absolutely.
He wasn't in talks that fast with Spence. Why?
Yep, facts.
He gonna run to fight Roach.
Oh, of course. And you know what? While you said that, hold on. Let me put something up on the screen for the people. Cause we about to. I ain't even gonna cook. I'm an air fry. You heard me? I ain't cooking no more. I'm air frying. Let's air fry tonight. Y'all see this right here? Look at your screen real quick. I want to show y'all something. Now, everybody know that this is public record. You can go on the WBO's website and you can receive all this information. You can obtain this very same document in full length. I just took a screenshot of it, but I do have a copy of it in full length. Hold on, let me try to because I want to make sure y'all can read this. Let me see how I can get my name and all that off the screen real quick. I want y'all to see this real quick because I want to share some things with y'all real quick. Oh, it's not gonna go off. Well, my name and everything, the link ain't gonna go off. I tried, but listen, right? Check this out. So y'all see where it says under the words via email, right? Let's analyze this very, very briefly, right? Y'all see this, right? Now, somebody just asked me something in the chat, and I do want to address it. Marty, you just said a minute ago, the Spence fight ain't happening, so what's the problem with a Rocha fight? I'm going to tell you what's the problem in 1 second right here. Everybody look at via email. You see under via email? Y'all see where it says Mr. Eric Gomez on the right-hand side in that big box. Y'all see that? Underneath where it says Mr. Eric Gomez, it says Golden Boy Promotions. Underneath that, it says what? Team Rocha, right? Okay, now, go to the left side of the screen. You see where it says Mr. Ish Henson? Underneath that, it says legal representation. Underneath that, it says Team Crawford. What is the significance of that? What is the significance of that? Why am I bringing this up? Because I'm going to do a video on this probably tomorrow, right? And I'm going to show y'all that on January the 28th, when Rocha got finished fighting in his last fight in LA, well, it was in Inglewood at the YouTube Center or YouTube venue, right? Now, Eric Gomez, he's an executive at Golden Boy Promotions. He's one of Oscar De La Hoya's longtime friends and right-hand mans. He came over. This is you can check this out on Fight Hub and Fight Hype. More so Fight Hype, because I think Fight Hub just asked Rocha the question instead of showing the whole thing, because they didn't have the angle. But go on fighthub.com. They published it on January 29th, a day after Rocha fought, right? And Eric Gomez, you will see him come over, put his arm around Rocha while he was sitting down. He kissed Rocha on the cheek, and after he congratulated him, Eric Gomez walked away. He stopped, turned around, and said, Terence Crawford next. And somebody that was holding the camera on Fight Hub said, did y'all hear him? He said Terence Crawford was next. Now, why is that important? Because if you look at the date on this letter, it says February the 27th, 2023. Nearly a month prior to that, Eric Gomez told the media that Terence Crawford was next, which was literally within the same week that Terence Crawford went over to LA, went over to De La Hoya's offices, and they had a dialogue over a business negotiation, right? Right after that, De La Hoya, the same night, what did he say? He said, hey, we was talking to Crawford. It seemed like he was enjoying some of the negotiation talk that we was having. If we sign him or we do business with him, we're going to do Rocha first, Virgil Ortiz next after Rocha, and then somewhere down the line, maybe, his words not mine, maybe Spence. Salute to my guy, D-Town Boxing. Now, the thing about it is that if that's the case, that Rocha was going to fight Crawford next, then why are we talking about a mandate? Y'all understand my question, right? In other words, this is just formality. They don't need to mandate nothing. What they mandating something for? What's the point of mandating something if Eric Gomez already told us on January the 28th that Terence Crawford was next? And in fact, if you even want to talk mandate, then you got to understand that if you're going to talk mandate, then you got to understand that it's not even time to mandate Crawford for no fight. Now, I want to dispel the myth because I keep hearing everybody say 18 months, 18 months, 18 months. If you go on my channel and go to the thumbnail that I did, I think it was like a month or two ago, where I said 18 months is not true. Nowhere in the WBO rules and regulations does it mention anything about a super champion getting a mandatory challenge in 18 months. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. So even if it was 9 months, they're still premature because he just last defended his title against David Evanesian, which was back on December the 10th. Y'all understand my point, right? Salute the film study. I see you in the chat. Good content. Okay? So there's no such thing as a mandatory challenge because Eric Gomez told us 30 days before this letter came out from the WBO that Terence Crawford was next. So what that means in business terms is that the envelope was already slid over to the WBO and business was already taken care of to secure this fight. So there's no mandatory involved. I know it sounds good because if you say mandatory, it gives Bud Crawford and his team an opportunity to come back and rebuttal that by saying, hey, told y'all we wanted to fight Spence. I told y'all we was going to spin the block, but we were mandated by the WBO. So now we can't fight him because they mandated us to fight Rocha when he just fought Crawford, I'm talking about he just fought in December. Right? So why does it take this short period of time to come out automatically with a mandate? Now, we know also that that document that was sent, right, that y'all reading right now, it talked about a purse bid. Some of y'all have seen that, right? It talked about a purse bid. If the two parties can't negotiate in good faith within 20 days. Y'all saw that, right? I have an issue with that. Let me tell you what the issue I have with that. Because to go back to my original point, look at Mr. Ish Henson. Not Ish Henson. Y'all see that? Legal representative of Team Crawford. Since when do entertainment attorneys go through purse bids? Since when do they do that? Now, Golden Boy Promotions, they can enter a purse bid because the WBO rules and regulations state that there's a process and protocol for promoters to enter into purse bids. But nowhere in their legal in their legal doctrine or their rules and regulations does it mention anything about legal representation going through a purse bid with a promoter. So that's another way to see that this is all just a formality. This is another way to, it's just a formality. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, Terence Bud Crawford, to answer that question that someone asked me, what's the problem with Rocha? Terence Bud Crawford is finding himself going away from the Errol Spence fight. Terence Bud Crawford said he was his own boss. That's what he said. But we found him over there knocking on the doors of a promoter. Now, we keep on saying that Terence Bud Crawford is his own boss. So then my question remains, why does it say Ish Henson, legal representation, Team Crawford, instead of it saying B&B Promotions? You see, I heard some of y'all keep telling me that Bud Crawford got his own promotional company. And I've been telling y'all from day one that Terence Bud Crawford do not have his own promotional company. This is why it's a problem. Whoever asked me that in the chat, Raphael, I think. This is why it's a problem. Because if it's about mandating fights and challenges according to the WBO, then they should be pushing him to fight Spence instead of Rocha. Now, somebody's going to say, well, man, Jamarty, why would they push him to fight Spence instead of Rocha if Rocha is ranked number 3? I'm so glad you asked. That's why I brought the paperwork, and now I'm about to roll the tape. And I've done this on my channel prior to this evening when I published this before. Now I'm going to publish it again so we all can see what I'm talking about. Section 14. This is the WBO rules and regulations, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. Class is in session. Section 14, super champions. This is what it says. Letter A. It is the policy of the World Boxing Organization to encourage its champions to pursue recognized status as undisputed world champions and to unify the championships of the 4 major world sanctioning organizations: the WBO, the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. My question to everybody that's in this chat, if you're watching the replay of this live, my question to you in the comment section below, and my question to all you live viewers, did the WBO, since it is their policy, did the WBO encourage Crawford to pursue Errol Spence to unify the championship of the 4 major world sanctioned organizations? Yes or no? I need answers. I need answers. Somebody in the chat say yes or no. I need answers.
I say that's a fact for sure. But
So
oh my bad, go.
no, speak on it, Dose. Speak on it, brother.
Uh, when Bud first came to what the 147-pound division, Bud was the undisputed champion at 140. Earl Spence was the IBF champion. If Bud really wanted smoke with Earl, he could have made himself the mandatory to Spence's IBF belt out the gate. But he didn't want that smoke. Now, and I understand, off the bat, you might not want to go into somebody like Earl Spence when you first moving up. You know it's a dangerous fight already. But since then, Bud has continued to show over and over again that he don't want to fight, as well as say that he doesn't want to fight. I mean, what we got to do, I mean, he done told us he don't want to fight. Now, we got to start believing what the man say. Y'all believe everything else Bud say. But when the Bud say, hey, that fight is behind me and all that stuff, y'all don't want to believe it, though. That's because y'all got that much hate, in my opinion, for Earl Spence and the PBC or whoever ride with him. That's the reason why y'all the way that y'all are, man. Y'all need to get that up just like I need to give up all hopes of them two fighting. Just move on, man. Like I told the homie EBT, everything boxing, man. I think I need counseling behind this fight. And that's crazy, man. Bud would, in my opinion, Bud always talk about how he's going to the Hall of Fame. And he probably is. But you know what? It's a whole lot of boxers that's in the Hall of Fame that people don't even talk about. A lot of them. And it's only a few that people do. Muhammad Ali, Tyson, you know, Floyd Mayweather. People that did great things in their career. Beat people that people thought they wasn't going to beat. But Bud thinks that just because he became undisputed at 140, that's gonna get him talked about forever. No, once you leave here, a lot of people are gonna be glad you gone. I will, unless you make me eat my words and you take the Earl Spence fight and show us that you great. Bump talking about you great. Show us you great. You know what I'm saying? You want to fight YouTubers. You don't get no points for that, man. You looking like a sucker out here, Bud. Straight up. Go ahead, Marty, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. We here now. That's facts. And I always say this, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again. When you don't have good representation, or if you don't have any representation, there is no leverage. You don't get what you negotiate. You get what you are offered. And it is very clear to everybody that Golden Boy offered him Rocha, and because he didn't have representation, I'm not talking about an entertainment lawyer now. I'm talking about a manager or a promoter who knows this business and who knows how to use leverage for the best interest of their fighter. Because he didn't have that, now he's taking what he's offered. And here's the thing now, this is not a discredit to Golden Boy. This is a credit to Golden. I'm actually giving Golden Boy credit because they went and got Crawford. Now, where I'll discredit them is that they are doing the same thing that they complain about other promoters doing. And that is making Crawford fight his first 2 fights with people that are signed to their promotional company, with fighters that's under their banner. You see, when Al Heyman and PBC do it, they get criticized. When when Top Rank and Bob Arum did that with Devin Haney, because we know that's what happened with Devin Haney, right or wrong, they got criticized. But De La Hoya and them doing the same thing because they want to make sure they can maximize their earning potential with somebody like a Bud Crawford to be able to fight two guys in the welterweight division, and both of those guys are basically ranked in the top 3. So they can't lose in the WBO. They can't lose. So this is all formality when I see this letter go out February the 27th. No. January 28th, Eric Gomez already told the media right in front of Rocha when he won that fight. Right at the post fight conference, he said Terence Crawford next. How can Eric Gomez, a representative of Golden Boy Promotions, how can he be so sure that Bud was next? That's because they already agreed upon that. He was too sure. He said it with a straight face on his way, walking away. He said Terence Crawford next. How he know that? The WBO didn't even send Crawford or him the letter that we read now. That was 30 days ago. So that goes to show you that was already put in place. And I wouldn't be surprised if that legal representation that Crawford is using, which y'all seen his name Ish Henson, I believe that's Ishmael Henson, who works for Creative Artists Agency, CAA. Guess they have offices everywhere, but guess where their main office is? In Los Angeles. You see that? So he went and got an entertainment lawyer. I don't know if that's the same lawyer that he was talking to Al Heyman with, but I know Ish Henson, the name that we just saw in that document from the WBO. That's why I say legal representation. Yeah. So, he went from Nebraska all the way to LA to go see Ish. And then I think he went to go see Ish. Then he turned right around there in LA and went to De La Hoya's office. And they worked it out right then and there, just like that, to fight Rocha and do business with Golden Boy. Shout out to Matthew Thomas, my guy. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. Matthew says, my guy, MM, how we do? Continue to enlighten. Oh, man, Matthew, you know how it is. From today moving forward, I ain't cooking no more, y'all. I'm air frying. Yeah. When y'all come on my channel from now on, we're going to be air frying. Yeah, we leave everybody else to start cooking. We got the air fry because y'all starting to understand the things that I've been saying then and what I'm going to be saying moving forward. And that's why I'm going to leave this document up so y'all can read it. Read that. Super champions, read it. It is the policy of the WBO to encourage its champions to pursue recognized status as the undisputed world champion. They ain't never pursue it yet. They ain't never encouraged. I ain't never seen them encourage Crawford to go fight Spence. I haven't seen it. Because if that's the case and what we reading right now in the Section 14, man, they could have been did this. They could have stepped in. They could have stepped right in when Crawford and Spence was having an impasse. WBO could have stepped right in. Because we want you to be the unified champion, Crawford. So we're gonna step in and we're gonna mandate. Yeah, we're gonna mandate Spence. Now somebody's gonna say, well, Marty, they can't mandate him because he's got all the other belts. Okay. Well, let's not say they're gonna mandate him. Let's use their own terminology. We're gonna encourage you, Crawford. That's what the documents say here. We're going to encourage Crawford to pursue Spence. We're going to encourage you, but they didn't encourage you. What I see is De La Hoya and everybody else is discouraging him. Everybody's discouraging Bud. See, I think the criticism keep coming on Bud is because he's saying one thing with his words and he's doing something different with his actions. He said he's going to spin the block. But next thing you know, he knocking on De La Hoya and them door. If De La Hoya and them wanted him to fight Spence, Crawford wouldn't do no business with him. Believe that. If they would have told him, oh yeah, we'll do business with you, Bud. Your first fight gonna be with Spence, your next fight gonna be with Ortiz, and then your last fight gonna be with Rocha, he'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm straight. But they told him the opposite. No, we're gonna give you Rocha first. Yeah, and we already heard Rocha say, I'm just like David Evanescence and all the other opponents that Crawford had. Okay, we're gonna give you him, then we're gonna try spoofing you Ortiz, and then just maybe, when you're about 38 or 39, we'll have you go in there with Spence. Like Spence gonna be sitting here another 2 years waiting for this. That's how you know it's all cap and it's just business. It's never personal. Now somebody said all speculation, Marty. This is not speculation. This is all facts. This is all facts. You gonna tell me that's speculation that he didn't go over there to talk to De La Hoya? De La Hoya opened his mouth and said what I just said. That's not speculating. De La Hoya said it out of his own mouth. You know what I mean? He said it. So that this is why we got to read the pages of the book. Remember the episode of Martin, y'all, when he was acting like he's Martin, Malcolm X in jail? He said, you got to pick up a book and read through the pages. So you look at section 14, Super Champions, that I posted up here. See, because they already know. They already know what it is. They know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So we got to deal with what's real. We can't speculate. This is all facts. Terence Crawford has moved so far away from fighting Spence. That's facts. I mean, look how long it took De La Hoya to get the fight done with Garcia and Tank. He had to wait till Garcia kept telling him, look, man, I want the fight. I ain't worried about this. Man, I want the fight. All right, we'll get you the fight. We already know Crawford ain't going to go over there and do that. This is facts. This is all facts, y'all. This is not speculation. These are things, that has been happening over the last several years. But the WBO said that it is their policy to encourage their super champion to pursue unification. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, Marty, man. Hey, you know what? When you said air fryer, man, I had to laugh, bro, because we've had an air fryer sitting on the kitchen counter for about a year now. I never used it, man. Then one day my wife made me some fries in that mug. Man, the mugs was crispy. It was better than the restaurant fries, bro. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, boy, I cooked everything in that air fryer, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
If you don't know about it, man, if you got one in the house, you don't use it, bro. Throw some fries in there, bro, and just put it on the fry setting and let it cook. You know what I'm saying? Just like we about to cook Terence Duck Crawford.
It's unfortunate that we got to be with this, but listen, this is what the actions of Crawford. He keeps showing us that he don't want to fight Spence. That's just the truth. You know what I mean? And Spence, like my man Detail Boxing said, Spence is his own boss. I heard a lot of people say, why is Spence not sitting there, in the room? He got the great Al Heyman with him. He got representation. He don't have to sit in the room. What he sitting in the room for? He know what he hired Al Heyman to do. Al Heyman gonna get the deal done. What he got to sit in the room for? He gonna get the deal done.
What Spence say, Marty? What Spence say? He said, I was good with my projections. Knew what he was getting. He knew what he was projected to get. He said, I was good.
Yeah.
And you said you was good. So why we ain't fighting?
He said he agreed to all the terms. That's what he said.
That's what he said. And his fans don't give him no slack for that. Bud, you lied to us. I thought you agreed to everything. You didn't agree, man. You was capping. You was capping, man.
The Real 6 Team 6 Productions. I was trying to get you on. I seen you in the back. I was trying to get you on, but it wouldn't let me. I don't know if it's because you didn't have your picture up or whatever. Real 6, if you want to get back on real quick before we jump off, come on through, bro. Real 6, come on back if you want to. I was trying to add you on, but it wouldn't let me. If you want to come back on, or anybody else want to come back on, let me try to put that thing in the chat one more time. Or let me try to put that link. I learned how to do it now, so I'm showing off. I'm showing off a little bit, though. You hear me?
Yeah. See you, man. Hey, go ahead and get technological right with this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take a little bit of that, man. You can't be afraid to dive in there, play around with stuff, man. See what stuff do. That's how you get better at it, man. And hey, can I answer my brother Andrew Charles one time?
Go ahead, bro.
Let me see. Let me see if I can get back to it real quick. And my brother Andrew Charles, and this is my homie right here. He say Spence is literally not his own boss, bro. How can you say Bud ain't his own boss and then say Spence is? Okay, let me explain that a little bit, and I'm sure Marty can explain it even better. I say Spence is his own boss because Al Heyman is hired as an advisor. Al Heyman is not his promotional company. PBC and him is entering into a co-promotional type deal, I would say. But when he puts on his events, his name is headlined on top of that thing at the event. Earl Spence Productions, Man Down Productions. Okay, Crawford is his own boss in a sense. He's his own boss because he can make his own decisions right now, right? Nobody can tell him what to do. This is true. But that does not mean he does not need a team in place to handle things that he is not equipped to handle. He should have hired someone to do the things that they specialize in doing when it comes to negotiations. So he is his own boss, but he's moving in a stupid way. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? They both are bosses, man. Now Bud is his own boss that he left Bob, who he ain't want to say nothing bad about, and told people they don't understand Bob. Bob tried. But then when he leave, Bob busts him out and say, Bud ain't never asked for none of them fights.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all don't want to believe Bob, though, right? Bob lying, right? Everybody lying but Bud. That's crazy.
Facts. I would just say this, though, I would say that Crawford is a free agent. I would say that. You know what I'm saying? He's a free agent. Just because you're a free agent don't make you your own boss, because you're not investing in yourself. I'm not talking about as a fighter now. I'm talking about as a business entity. Crawford is not investing in himself. Spence is investing in himself by having Heyman take a small percentage and then do all of the heavy lifting outside the ring. But Crawford, he said it himself. I get to talk on the phone with all these people directly. And you see where you've been getting. You haven't been getting the fights that you claim you want with Spence because you're talking on the phone and doing all this negotiation by yourself with no experience. And that's why he can walk over there to De La Hoya and they give him a slave deal to fight easy opponents. You understand what I'm saying? Because he already know if they bring Spence on, or if he do business with Al, he gonna have to fight Spence. And I really don't think he's confident in doing that. The real Six, what's going on, Six? Can you hear me, Six?
Yep, I hear you, fam.
You on live, brother. Speak to the
Oh,
people.
okay. You already know what's up, everybody. I appreciate you, Marty, for letting me on. Like,
Salute, brother.
Salute, brother.
basically, the thing is, people get too emotional about this situation. Let's speak on what we know. We know for a fact that Bud pulled out of this fight for somebody else. We've never seen this type of behavior from Spence. Whatever he say he gonna do, 9 times out of 10, it happens. When it comes to this fight, Bud beat around the bush a little, and he don't talk straight. And his fans let that happen. They don't care that he does that. Spence could say one thing that they feel is out of line, and they'll stay on it forever. Like I saw a dude in the room talking about Spence is holding up the division. How? How? When Bud babysat that belt for like I think 4 years now, Spence been collecting them. Then the last fight that he had, he said, "This is the fight I want." It don't happen. Bud fights somebody else. But Spence is holding up the division. I support boxing. I don't just support particular fighters. If Wilder did stuff like this, I'd pull that support. If Spence did stuff like this, I'd pull it. Charlo, the little Charlo, if he did that, I'd pull it. You shouldn't have to fight for a fighter. When you see yourself having to defend a fighter back and forth with arguments from people, then that's showing you something. If we gonna have a legitimate conversation about them 3 fighters that I mentioned, I don't gotta say much because they show you when they get in that ring. These dudes can't name a single fight that Bud has ever had where it was an opponent of the same caliber. Every time he was supposed to fight somebody that was of his caliber, the fight didn't happen. Pacquiao, because Pacquiao's left-handed. That's what that was about. The matchmakers at Top Rank didn't like that fight, so it didn't happen. Happened for Spence, but he couldn't take it because his eye got messed up. Danius Ugas. It's videos of Big Mac, aka Bo Mac, saying that he wanted him to fight Ugas. This is years ago. It ends up happening with Spence. Then Ugas beat him twice in the amateurs. He know that. He don't want no parts of that. Every fighter where it's a possibility that boy could lose, he don't fight him. That's it, bro. I appreciate you for letting me on.
You got it, champ. Salute. And I look forward to hearing from you soon, brother. Thanks for
You
your
already.
support.
Salute.
All right, listen. Before I let I know it's a couple people that want to come on. I'm gonna let y'all jump on. Before I do though, it's a guy in my chat. I'm gonna stop my whole show for him because I watched a few of his videos when I first started my YouTube channel, and he makes so much sense when he talk. He sounds very intelligent when he articulate, and that's my guy, Boss Hog KPO. Salute to you, brother. I'm so glad to see you in the chat. This is my first time seeing you in the chat. I'm not sure if this is your first time on the channel, bro, but salute to you, Boss Hog KPO, my guy. Who else we got on here? Hold on, let me. Who I just let on? Motorsports?
Yeah, Motorsports. What's going on, Manager Marty?
You here with Manager Marty, champ? I'm good. How you, champ?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm one of two of this channel. I'm the Buzz fan of this channel. It's another. My partner's a Spence fan of this channel, but
Okay.
yeah, I just hearing all the rambling about Buzz, man. It's kind of disappointing, man.
You said
Yeah,
you said you disappointed.
yeah,
What's going on? Talk to us,
yeah.
brother.
They call him Bud a Duck, man. It's like, and it don't make sense to me. I
Why?
don't understand how we call him Bud a Duck when he tried. Like, he tried to do everything to make a fight.
Hey,
I,
motorsport. Be honest. Now I'm gonna ask you one question. I don't want to
yes,
debate.
sir.
I don't want to
No,
debate. But I just want to ask you something.
uh-huh.
Did you hear Bud Crawford say he agreed to all the terms in the contract? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. When he agreed to all the terms in the contract, shouldn't he have signed it after that?
No. If
What
if
the?
if if something is wrong in the contract and you agreeing to the terms that all the terms that they putting out as far as the no guarantee, the rematch clause, and all this other stuff, and you agreeing to that, and you said right now I want to prove over funds because I'm not getting no upfront money, so I want to make sure the back end money is getting split the right way. And then y'all take forever with that. Errol Spence was on vacation. He never was at the table. He was getting calls from Terence Crawford himself. Al Heyman, and y'all speak about Al Heyman was there, so Al Heyman had family issues as well, which also prolonged the negotiations. And you leaving the man, what else, what other options are you leaving him to do?
Motorsport.
Yes,
You
sir.
said no guarantee, right?
Yes.
Did they offer Bud a guarantee at first?
Bud said they didn't offer no guarantee.
No, no,
None
no.
at all.
No. Hold on. That's not true. I can roll the tape, Motorsport. Did
Um,
they Bud himself said that they offered him a guarantee. He didn't agree to it. This is
okay.
what made them go and give him a percentage of what he would be getting of the net revenue. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So now he didn't know how to calculate because he's never had to experience fighting without a guarantee. You agree with that, right?
100. That's one of my points.
Okay.
100%.
Now, I'm glad that you agree with that, Motorsport, because that proves my next point. He's not signed to PBC. He's not signed to Showtime directly. They don't have to offer him a guaranteed purse because he's not signed to him. But guess what? When he
Hold on.
goes over there and fight,
Wait,
hold on, Motorsports. Let me finish.
Wait, because right there before I leave
Motorsports.
the train of thought, I
Motorsport.
smoke a lot of weed. That train of thought you just said right there was like PBC doesn't have to offer him because
No,
he's not
listen.
signed for them. That point right there is where I get lost at because it's like PBC is the company. Y'all working for Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. Now, I'm not saying Terence Crawford got all grown full conclusion of winning this fight. So my client is Errol Spence Jr., right? My job is to get him the best fight and to put him in the best opportunity. Now, if I'm super confident that my fighter is going to beat this guy, I am PBC. I have the promotional companies. I have the networks. I have the money. So why wouldn't I not make it comfortable for Terence Crawford to be able to fight my fighter?
No, you
can go ahead. That's what I wanted to say. That's what.
Okay, no problem. No problem. That's all right. I'm going to teach you right now.
Yeah.
The fact that you just said what you said illustrates my point, though, Motorsport. You are basically telling me and the fans and all of the viewers right now live on a Manager Marty show that you agree that Terence Bud Crawford is the B-side, right or wrong?
100%, 1,000%.
Okay, then. So if you're the B-side with no manager, with no promoter, with no network behind you, with no negotiation leverage, you don't have no jurisdiction dictating no terms. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
That's not wrong, and I'm gonna prove it to you.
Why? Okay, all right. Why I say it's wrong? Let me tell you why I say it's wrong, and you prove it to me why it's not wrong.
All right, go ahead.
Why I say that it's why I say that is wrong for that is because Terence Crawford, like PBC is the entity, right? Terence Crawford is a hired help. I'm hiring you to my company. I'm gonna pay you for my company to fight my fighter on my networks. I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you to be a partner here. I'm not paying you as a 50-50 person. I'm giving you a percentage. So you're hired help. So just like if I was to go hire Drake at a concert, I gotta pay what he tell me he wants.
Okay, hold on.
What I feel like he's worth.
Okay, Motorsports. Let me get to my someone just sent the super chat a while ago, and I want to acknowledge them. Lucky McKinnells, thank you for your contribution, sir. He says, Manager Marty, aka the air fryer. Yup, that's gonna be my new name, and I'm about to air fry you right here. Hey, Motorsports.
Yes, sir.
You keep saying that they should give Terence Crawford what he want. You know that's not how it works when you the B side, right? Especially when your numbers ain't good. What do Crawford bring to the table to get 15 to 20 million? You tell me.
Number one pound for pound.
No. They don't
sign
checks.
Oh, you talking
pound for pound.
Motorsports. Okay.
Pound. I don't want to cut you off. I want to be clear so everybody can be on the same page here. Pound for pound, don't put no more money in nobody's pockets in this business. And the only people that keep saying pound for pound is ESPN, who's biased because Top Rank had to deal with. They still got to deal with ESPN. So nobody deals with ESPN's pound for pound rankings. That don't mean nothing. What does he bring to the table? Now, what your answer was supposed to be the WBO title. That's what I wanted to hear you say.
No, but titles don't really mean nothing when you talk about these games right now. Like
All
we
right, so
looking
what
at,
means
look
something?
at my favorite fighter. My favorite fighter is Tank. He don't have no major titles. So and
Right.
he's still number one at lightweight. There's nobody better than him at
You're,
lightweight.
you're,
And that's a foregone conclusion. So we're not going to go to 147 and say the belts matter.
no.
So I don't really look at the belts as matter.
No, I got you. You're proving my point. That's what I wanted you to say. The belt, so I can tell you it don't matter. What really matters is the numbers. And you know just as well as I know that Terence Bud Crawford's numbers do not reflect him being justified to get paid 15 to 20 million guaranteed. You agree with that, don't you?
I don't. Because I can't tell a man what he feel like he's worth.
No, I said his numbers. See, I'm not talking about feelings. I'm not talking about how you feel.
No, but yes, but you got to when you in negotiations in these businesses, when you in negotiations, you have to take that into effect what a person feel like he's worth.
No,
you
they
cannot
don't.
go and say yes.
No, they
yes,
don't. I just told you, a motorsport. I just told you that when you don't have representation with you, you don't get what you negotiate. You get what you are offered. So if Al Heyman is offering Crawford something and he don't have no representation to rebuttal that, or he has no representation to bring leverage to the negotiation table, then he has to get what he's offered, or we're gonna move on. That's just how it works. Look, was you here? Was you here earlier?
All right,
Were you?
Yes, I was here. I was here the whole time. I'm always at your live. You just started the live, but I'm always watching your videos and all that.
Was you here when Carlos was here? Carlos Action Jackson?
No, sorry, baby.
Well, Carlos Jackson, the super featherweight contender, who's 19-1 with 13 knockouts, he said he was the B side when he got the call from his managers in Top Rank, and he went in there and fought for Jonathan Guzman. And guess what I made him do? Because I knew this was going to come up. I said, Los, can you explain to the viewers and the fans what does B side mean? And he was very clear. And people that was watching this heard Los clearly educate us on the B side. What I'm basically saying is, if you're the B side, there's not too many demands that you can make, especially when you don't have representation.
Okay.
Bud Crawford has no representation, and even you know that.
No, I know that. I don't even think Bud is a great businessman at that.
So then, how you going to expect him to get what he wants if he's not a good businessman?
Because I'm blaming PBC because this man is not with nobody.
Bro,
he's not
you
with
just
nobody.
said he's not a business.
He's not, and you supposed to take as a business, you're supposed to take advantage of that. I just feel like you're supposed to take advantage of that. Okay,
Yeah.
boy, all right, you want to get 15 million when we know this fight gonna do probably 100 million or 90 million or 80 million. I just feel like we're gonna let our man, because after this fight, we're gonna give you whatever you want. You're gonna go into the dark and lose. Because after this fight, Errol Spence gonna beat you. Face of boxing, he's gonna be getting 20, 30 million to fight, and that's how we gonna eat.
That's
So
not how it works. That's not how it works, bro.
Now, for some situations, it work like that. What happened with Devin Haney and Cambosis? Devin Haney just took the way less to fight. Cambosis.
Bro,
and Cambosis is not a top on a level of fighter that Devin Haney. Not even famous wise or fighting skill wise. Cambosis was a nobody.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? He never. So when we
you,
deal with that, it's like I just don't understand. I just feel like they should have hired Terence Crawford for Errol Spence to get the belt.
You're rambling right now. We hear what you're saying, bro. We hear what you're saying. Bud is good. We agree. But yet, his numbers do not translate into how great he is. Okay, case in point. Bud did a video with the last 3 months ago. That video right now got 8,000 views. This video with the pivot months ago. That video got 603,000 views. Bud is only that relevant to y'all, man. But to the rest of the world and the boxing world, he's not that relevant, bro. So he needs to realize that, man. He got to, you know what I'm saying, humble himself. Take less, like Floyd Mayweather did against De La Hoya when he took a 80-20 split. And at that time, guess what he was? The pound for pound fighter.
The Floyd Mayweather was a young buck coming up.
It don't matter.
He was getting to that. Terence Crawford is the when we look at that
fighter,
aspect,
bro.
Terence Crawford is the older one on the way out.
At that time, he was
Errol
the
Spence gotta catch
fighter, bro.
his moment right now.
Just like Crawford is right now. But he humbled himself, took the 80-20, and then after he beat him, he became the A-side to everybody. That's what Crawford should be trying to do, man. If he want to be great.
But you just gave credit, Motorsport. You just said two things. You said Bud Crawford is not he's not a good businessman, and then you gave credit to Devin Haney for taking less, going to another man's country twice and beating him. So if you're going to say those two things, how can you blame PBC, number one, and number two? That means that's a page that Terence Crawford needs to take out of Devin Haney's book, make less since he's confident than be his fifth, and do what he's supposed to do because he's the B-side.
No, but Devin Haney was the young pup. Devin Haney was coming. Yes, it matters. It matters. That's why Crawford can sit back and say, you know what, I've been undisputed because you ain't been a real champion. You just a belt holder. You ain't a champion.
That don't make sense because he's
three titles. You ain't become a champion. That's why Terence Crawford this is why he's saying that, because it's like, yo, listen, y'all don't want to give me what I want, so I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go fight David Adrienbroner. Then I'm gonna
go
fight
10 million. He made a Motorsports. Did Terence Crawford make 10 million to fight David Adrienbroner?
I don't know, and I really don't care if he made.
Well, you just brought it up.
$10.
You just brought it up.
No, I'm saying if he's not gonna get what he want, he's gonna go and fight whoever he want to fight. That's on. If he's not getting what he want, that's what he's able to do. For that, just corner him off, give him what he wants, put him in the fire, and let your fighter become the face of boxing. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm not
saying. Yeah, you already, man. Thank you, Manager Marty. I'll be tuning in every time you go live. I support you.
I appreciate you, but I appreciate you, my brother. Salute, and I appreciate your viewership, man. I want to leave you with a question though, and if you got an answer, can you put it in the chat for me?
Sure.
What was the numbers that Terence Bud Crawford did over there at BLK Prime against Ebenezer? Yeah, I'm still waiting for it, brother. Put it in the chat, though. We ain't got to talk about it now. Just put it in the chat.
Because I don't care about that.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But I do.
But
I do.
I respect it. And that's why I listen to you to try to learn. And I'll be doing my videos, taking some of your knowledge, and I apply it to mine. Even though we don't agree on certain things, I still take the knowledge, brother. You know what I mean? It's all boxing. We love the sport. But like before I leave, Tank over everybody at any weight class. I don't care. If he at any weight class, Tank beats everybody. I don't care.
Say no more.
You already, bro.
Hey,
you
bro,
got it.
I'll respect your love, bro. I'll respect your love.
I respect it. It's all good. I respect it because, hey, he learning something, brother. That's what I like to hear.
Right,
you know what I mean? Who else? Hey, this guy,
hey, Marty, I think we opened his eyes a little bit right there.
I'm sure.
Did you sense that a little bit?
Of course. There's another guy that want to come on. I really don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to go back and forth with nobody. This guy, hey, Terence, that's you back there, Terence?
Nah, not. Are you talking about the dude that BFTV just cooked?
I just cooked him the week before BFTV, man.
Man, that was a slaughtering, man. It ain't even. It was like
I'm gonna give you. No, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I respect Terence because he got heart. He knew he couldn't beat Manager Marty. I air fried him, but he still said he got courage. So because I got a big heart too. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of. I'm gonna give him 5 minutes, man. Terence, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. If you say anything, Terence, that just don't make you sound delusional like in a debate. I'm going to cut your mic off, Terence, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes, bro, because you got heart, you got courage, and I respect you, bro. Terence, you on the Manager Marty show, man. What's good, man?
Yo, chilling. What's up, Rez? Listen,
man, I don't want no smoke with you. I beat you last week,
No,
Rez.
No, I just want to comment on this guy that's on there right now.
All right, go ahead.
He brought up the same point. I'm just going to focus on this one point. Him and BF got the same point where he says Bud could have went to the IBF and been, if he wanted to smoke with Errol Spence. Now, I want to ask this gentleman, since I got him, I'm cornering him right now. You corner, brother. Now, tell me, how does that happen? So let's just say, for instance, he moves up. He goes, now, first and foremost, we know that Bob Arum was his promoter. and Bomac was guiding his career, right? So let's say, bro, you guiding his career. You're saying that he should have did that. So let's just say he does that. He goes to the IBF and somehow he signs Bob Arum's name on the whatever it takes to get that. He signs by. So what happens next, my bro? You on the mic, you got it. So he signs that contract. He signs to go the IBF route. So what happens after he does that? I want to know from this guy who keeps saying this. So what happens when he does that? Tell me what happens.
Okay.
According to the IBF rules.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And he becomes Earl Spencer's IBF mandatory for his belt.
Okay. According to IBF rules, what's the guy? Like, give me the specific guy rule that you're talking about. Give me the rule, bro.
Right,
I'm tired of this. I'm about to kill this argument.
I'm sure BFTV already done.
No, bro, you said it. You said it here live. You said it here live, bro. So tell me what rule.
I don't know.
See, these Earl Spence guys, they come on here talking this nonsense, but when you corner them, you corner it, bro. Tell me.
Mandatory. I don't care what rule it is.
You gotta tell me what rule it is, bro, because the only sanctioning body that does that is the WBO.
Somebody
the WBO is the only case.
They
you cornered, bro.
With the WBC, and you saying, well, what
you can't do it with the WBC either.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead, Dose. Go ahead, Dose.
You keep saying, like, if somebody with the WBC is mandated to fight somebody else, you want to come and say, what rule makes him the mandatory? I don't give a damn what rule makes him the mandatory. I know he's the mandatory. Why do
there's no rule
to know that? Everybody know that.
Dude, there is no rule. You listen to BS and you don't even know what rule you're talking about. This is what I'm saying. You guys get cooked all the time. You guys get cooked. This is why, because you don't even know what rule. How you gonna say,
Terrence?
Yeah,
Terrence. This is a platform that embraces education. So can you tell everybody what the rules are? Tell us the rules, brother.
With the WBO, as a super champion, you can move up and challenge and become mandatory. That is not the case with any other sanctioning body. This is and so if he would have did, this is the problem. If Bud would have did now BF, now I'm sorry, not you, Dose, but BF says that Bud wasn't nothing without the WBO championship, and I tend to agree with him. At that time, if he would have moved up to the IBF, guess where he would have been ranked? They could have ranked him 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. They didn't have to rank him. He was not going to go past a compo. So when y'all keep feeding these narratives, they're false narratives to make Bud look like a duck, y'all need to stop. At least do your research. And that's all. Marty, I'm going to let you out. You said 5 minutes. That's all I had to say today. But anybody want to cook? This dude, Carl, he's in your back room. We could get it anytime. But that's all I got for you tonight. Just like you said, just letting these guys know. So when you make a statement, do a little bit of research. That's all I'm saying. Stop these false narratives. That's all I got to say, Marty. Thanks for having me on, brother.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. Y'all gotta love the board.
Next time he come on, I'm gonna have a rule for him.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey, listen, we all here to learn and educate each other. But the thing I like about Terrence, the way I let him on, this guy died when I buried him last week, and then BF threw the dirt on top of him, put the nail in his coffin. I don't know how this guy keep coming back from the dead. He just won't go away.
Yeah,
but I give him credit because he got heart, man. Old head got heart, man. So I'm always respecting.
Hey, he'll come up and ask you to tell him something that he don't even know. So if I make up something, he gonna say, okay, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that the undisputed champion can move up and demand any shot at any belt, especially the IBF. The IBF don't play about that. They title defenses and stuff like that. So he expect for them to start playing now? How? That's what I was trying to get out to the brother, but he would, of course he don't want to listen, because if he listen, he gonna hear facts, and facts is like, a dog whistle to a dog. Not saying that Bud supporters is dogs. I'm just saying they don't like to hear it.
Yeah, the truth is, man, when you go to the negotiation table, you have to have good representation. Let me turn my camera, my fault. You have to have good representation, and you have to have the numbers, and you have to have something with leverage, a network, your own promotional company with fighters that you can put on the undercard of big fights, money, because, if you're putting up some of the money, then you can really start asking for, expenses, revenue. We're not even talking about the Muhammad Ali Act. I'm gonna have to do a whole show on that, because people have been misinterpreting that whole entire doctrine. But my point is, Terence bought Crawford's numbers do not reflect it, and everybody knows this. Every time I ask somebody what was his numbers when he fought David Evanesian, nobody, not even Blue Blood Sports TV, who worked with them or affiliated with them, hasn't provided the information yet. What is the secret about if it was so well? If it did so well, we need to know the numbers. And the reason why I say that is because if that streaming did so well with Crawford and Evanesian, Crawford could have used that leverage to spin the block, like he said, to negotiate with Al Heyman. But because apparently they probably didn't do as well, now it's like he's back to square one. And so, the point that I've been making is, when you're the B side and you don't have any leverage, you can't go in there making any demands. Your best bet is to be humble like Devin Haney did and say, you know what? I know I'm coming over to ESPN. I know this is Top Ranks promotion. I know that Cambos is assigned to them. All right, I'm going to take less money. All right, y'all want me to fight in his hometown? No problem. Want me to fight on your network? No problem. You know why that was his attitude? Because Devin Haney believed in his heart that he can beat Cambosis, and he did it twice. So that's the attitude that fighters have when they're confident that they're going to beat the other fighter. But we see Crawford did the total opposite. And he wasn't even going to fight in Spence's hometown. It wasn't like Spence was going to have the home field advantage. It wasn't like they was offering Spence a guarantee and then giving Crawford a measly percentage. They both were not going to have a guarantee. And like I said on YSM Sports Media a few weeks ago, 35%, or whether it be 40%, of all the net revenue will be way more than what Crawford was asking for in his original guarantee. So he still was going to cash out either way you slice it. But if you don't want to fight the fighter, you're going to make up all the excuses. You're going to go behind Twitter. You're going to go behind social media. You're going to keep on basically 52 fake out the fans. And this is where we are, because Spence kept his word. Spence did everything he said he was going to do. He was going to go and clean up his division. Everybody that was signed to Al Heyman that had a belt, or whatever fighter that wasn't signed to Al, but he was able to negotiate through Al to get it done, like Kell Brook. He did everything he said he was going to do, and he got the IBF, BC, the BA, and Terence Crawford knew he was next. Now, if you look at Terence Crawford's attitude, you'll see that he's moving farther and farther away from Spence. He's threatening YouTubers now. I'm actually surprised that the guy didn't say my name. Not saying I want no fame, because I don't care about it. I'm just surprised he didn't say my name, because everybody else have been criticizing me for giving Bud so many different business nuggets on my channel, because a lot of my content, quote unquote, is focused on Bud. In other words, is people kept criticizing me, saying, oh man, you can't get no good views unless you mention Crawford's name. Even though I mentioned Leonard Ellaby's name and Floyd's name and De La Hoya's name, and that's my biggest views. I think I got like 25,000 views off of that. So My point in saying that is to say, but all the content that I have on Crawford and some of the things I've been saying to give him business advice and nuggets and criticizing his business acumen, I'm surprised he didn't come at me like that, because he came at for 9 and I think Ego. And it was a shame, like, you coming at YouTubers and media guys and content creators, you got to keep that same energy on the guy that really want to fight you, and that's Spence. You don't get no credit, like you said, those, you don't get no credit for beating none of the YouTubers, or you don't get no credit. Even if I'm not saying he's going to do that, because he could just been talking, but I'm saying you don't get no credit threatening those guys. The guy called you out in his hometown. Spence called you out in his hometown in Texas. You ain't respond after that. So it's like, you gonna respond now that somebody on YouTube says something? Like, come on, man. Then you going over there with Rocha? Everybody knows this to be true. The fans want Crawford to fight Spence, not Alexis Rocha. That's a fact.
Hey, Mark,
go ahead. I'm listening, Dose. Go ahead. Speak on it.
I just want to say this and get out of here.
Go ahead, bro.
You know what? You know what's really a shame about that, man, is that every time them YouTubers that he talking about, every time they say his name, they keep him relevant.
Yep. Facts.
So whatever they saying about him, they keeping him relevant, and he should appreciate that. But instead, when you don't think, you know what I'm saying? When you just think with your heart, you know what I'm saying? You say stuff like that, you know? He should be appreciating them dudes like you just did in the beginning of your live. I peeped that. You saluted a dude that was probably in his live talking about you in a negative way.
Yep.
He just sent some people over there because they want to see what you talking about.
Yep.
They might have came across him like, oh man, listen to it like, oh man, yo, a hater or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he is. And might have shot him your way. So that was very classy of you, man. I peeped it though. You know what I'm saying? And I took notes. You feel me? So
yes, sir.
I appreciate you letting me cook with you. And
oh man,
I'll come back and do it again with you, man.
Anytime, brother. I appreciate you coming on. Salute, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, peace out, bro.
Hey, man, I got to salute Keys to the Game Boxing Channel. Thank you for your contribution. Keys to the Game Boxing Channel says, if Crawford's legacy is solidified, so is Haney's. Man, get the H out of here. He's living off what he did at 140. He hasn't done enough at 147. That is so true. Keys to the Game Boxing Channel. Thank you for your contribution. And listen, y'all, I know it's a Tuesday evening, and I usually try to make sure I'm about 2 hours flat, when y'all kicking it with me. But I had the air Friday night. I had guests on the panel tonight. I appreciate all of you that's still watching me live and in living color. We almost at 2 hours and 48 minutes. I'm not going to hold y'all too long because we're on a weekday, but y'all got to come back and check me out this Friday evening. I will be back on a live, and I will have a friend of mine who will be a special guest. She is a certified, licensed professional boxing timekeeper in multiple states across this country, and she's going to provide us with the ins and outs of timekeeping, why it is important, what the roles and responsibilities are of timekeepers, and how you can't even have a boxing event without adequate time keeping. And so you've never seen it nowhere else on YouTube, but come back here Friday night live and in living color with me, and you're going to get all of it right here on the Manager Marty channel. I salute everybody that contributed to the channel this evening by making financial contributions to enhance the audio and visual quality. I want to thank everybody that was in the chat, whether you were going back and forth with each other or not, whether you said some things that I didn't agree with, or whether I said some things that you didn't agree with. The bottom line is, and I say this every time I do a live, that at least if one person can learn something about the business of boxing that you haven't learned before you encountered Manager Marty, I promise you I'm satisfied. I want to leave you all with this. Carl Brown, salute. I think you just said peace out. Salute, Carl. I want to leave you all with this right here so that y'all can read it one more again. to show y'all this is just politics and how that WBO mandatory letter that was emailed to Terence Crawford's team and Golden Boy, it was all formality because Eric Gomez already told us last month, a whole month ago, that Terence Crawford was next way before the WBO mandated. And the WBO said, I'm going to leave y'all with this now. This is important now. The WBO said that they will encourage their champion, because it's their policy now. They will encourage their champion to pursue recognized status as undisputed world champions and to unify the championships of the 4 major world sanctioning organizations: the WBO, the WBA, WBC, and IBF. And the question on the floor today, and I'm going to leave you all with this, and you can basically go into the comment section below. And bottom line is, hey, did the WBO, since it's their policy, did they encourage Terence Crawford to unify the titles with Spence? You know, that's the question I have. Before I go, I saw somebody in the chat, and I want to make sure. I was going to let y'all go, but I saw him just at the last minute, told me to send the link, and I gave this man my word. Anytime he want to come on, I'm going to let him come on. So I'm going to go ahead and let my brother come on real quick. Sure am. Backed by popular demand. I sent the link. That's for my homie, D-Town. You see that? If you still here, D-Town, that's the link right there. Come on through real quick. Come on through real quick before we go, D-Town. I don't know if he can hear me. Give him a few more seconds here. So yeah, I got to bring the rules up and regulations because it's all about education. And you know, everybody's responsible at this point for pushing Crawford away and allowing him to continue to move farther and farther and farther away from fighting the fight that we all want to see. And that's what Errol the Truth Spence Jr. We all want to see the fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's all about, you know, yeah, somebody in the chat. It's all about, you know, getting the fights that we all want to see, because look, the fans are going to pay to see the fights that we want to see. Nobody really wanted to see David Evanesian, and that's why those numbers probably wasn't favorable. Nobody want to see Rocha. That's why them numbers probably ain't gonna be favorable. But you know, I got my guy coming on now. Let him right on. Hold on. Oh, D-Town, what happened, D? I was about to let my man D on. I don't know what just happened. D-Town, come back on real quick, D-Town. Yeah, we got about 5 more minutes left on the stream. I want to make sure we get everything out. Man, I hope y'all learned something today. I hope y'all were entertained too. That's why I had the guests come on, go back and forth. Man, I just hope y'all was entertained, that y'all learned something. You know, I appreciate you all, you know, kicking it with me this evening on a Tuesday. I'm trying to let my man come back on real quick before we go. Oh man, my man, what's his name? D-Town. Oh, there you go. There go my guy right there. There you go. Hold on, let me show my face. Hold on, D. Let me get this. They read the paperwork already. I don't have to. They read the paperwork. D-Town, what's going on, champ?
What's going on, boss?
Man, I love that hat you got on, man. You know I'm a fan of the Cowboys, man.
Oh yeah. I know you done said it before, you know, and but like I say, I was listening to your live, and I seen or heard one guy, he was talking about the WBO and talking about the rules of the WBO. But see, the problem is they can't show in the rules where it said that the WBC or the WBA or the IBF belt can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They reading a page where it's explaining what the WBO belt can do. but they can't read where it said that that's the only belt, because in the rules it don't say that the WBO belt is the only belt that can do it. It just explained that what the WBO belt can do. So they keep saying go to the rules, but if you want to go to the rules, show me where it says that the WBO belt is the only belt that can do that. There's nowhere in the rules where it show that. And Mayweather did it twice. He went up to a next weight class with the WBC belt and fought a champion. Roy Jones Jr. did it from light heavyweight and went up to heavyweight and fought with the WBC belt and fought a champion. So what I'm saying is they keep talking about that Terence Crawford couldn't, go up to 147 and fight Earl Spence or fight any of the other guys for the belts. But see, the problem is Bomac came out of his mouth and said that we chose to go that route. That's what he not understanding. Bomac didn't say that we was ordered to go that route. He said we chose to go that route. So Crawford being undisputed mean that he could go any other route that he want to go. They decided to go the WBO route because, like you said before in your live, that Bob Arum likes to go out for the WBO. So if he wants to go by the rules, show me where it says that the WBC, the IBF, and the WBA belt cannot do the same thing as the WBO. They can't find that in the rule book since he want to go to the rule book. But like I said, it's already proven by Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. and other fighters who did it with other belts besides the WBO. He said that the other belts wasn't able, or you couldn't do that with the other belts, but it already have been done. So I'm not understanding what he's reading. Now, what he was reading to the audience is explaining what the WBO belt does. It's not saying that's the only belt. So he keeps saying that BFTV and everybody got it wrong. Nobody got it wrong. You just reading from the WBO. And if you read the rules for all the belts, it says that they work together. That's what it says. So, I just wanted to get on here and tell the people that Bomac said out of his own mouth that they chose to go that route. Nobody made them mandatory to go that route. He said it was easy to go that route. So I'm not sure what that man was talking about. What he was reading was correct, but he's only reading for the WBO belt.
Yeah, that was a good point, man. Let me read this super chat from my guy, Lucky McKinnels. Thank you again, Lucky McKinnels, for another contribution. Says, thanks, Manager Marty, for the content this evening. Didn't really get a chance to watch it all, but I will replay it when it's over. Salute to you, Lucky, and I look forward to you replaying the live. That's a good point, D-Town. Very, very good point, man. And I think that when people try to find ways to maneuver out of the facts, now all of a sudden it's time to get the rule book. But Manager Marty been pulling the rule book out since I started in October, and everybody was criticizing me for pulling the rule book out on Crawford.
Yeah. And like I said, it's already been proven with other fighters that fought and went up to the next weight class without the WBO. So, I mean, and I think you had another person on your channel at the same time was telling him it don't matter about what the rules said because it already been proven and been done before. And the guy kept saying, well, go to the rule book. You have to understand the rule book. But then show me where it said that the WBC and the IBF and the WBA cannot do that. He can't find that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, if you want to go by the rule book, let's go by it. But don't read me something that's only talking about the WBO, because that's what he was reading. I read that before. He was only reading about the WBO. But tell me and show me where it says that the WBO belt, the only one that can do that. That's not what it says in what he read. And that's the problem. Only means a lot. It only was not in what he read. So what he read is not saying that the other belts cannot do that.
Facts. I see somebody in the chat. I've been waiting for him because I forgot. Incel. Thank you so much, Incel. You cashed at me. I think it was Friday while we were on live, but I had my phone on Do Not Disturb because every time somebody called me or text me, it does something to my audio. So I saw it when the live was over. So Incel, thank you for making a contribution to the Cash App on, I think that was a Friday. Thank you, Incel. I just saw you in the chat and reminded me. Great point, Detail. Hey, listen, man, we about to go, man. I'm gonna let you close us out this evening. No, I'm gonna let you close the show out with us, Detail. You close us out, man.
All right, fam. To all the subscribers and all the families that actually came on and listened to Manager Marty, we're gonna give a salute to Manager Marty because he's gonna keep it real. We need to support him. We need to support all the channels who's telling the truth. And we have to stick together because there's a lot of people out here that wants us to be separated, don't want us to know the truth. And we appreciate Manager Marty actually getting into making his own channel to where he can educate us and educate all of us against the people out here that's having, that's spreading false narratives. So y'all family, y'all keep it together, keep it right. Manager Marty, keep those facts on them boys' head. Salute to all people. D-Town Boxing, Manager Marty, going raw every day.
You got it. And make sure y'all subscribe to Detail Boxing. His channel is fire. His content is fire. I love his content, man. Very intelligent brother. Salute to my guy real quick before we go. I got to put it on the screen so you can see it, Detail, because he said your name in it too. My guy. Yeah, Boss Hog. Hey, Boss Hog. I'll be back out here Friday night, Boss Hog. Friday nights and Tuesday nights, Boss Hog. I would love for you to come and be a part of the air frying experience, man. Come on and cook and give us your knowledge too, Boss Hog. I love your content as well. Y'all go ahead and salute and subscribe to Boss Hog KPO. His content fire too, man. Hey, Boss, I be seeing you hit that bag too, Boss. You gonna make me want to promote a YouTuber versus YouTuber event, man. I'm already been thinking about a YouTuber versus, I don't want to fight. My back messed up. I still get in here though. I come out of retirement, but I just wanted YouTuber versus YouTube, YouTube versus YouTube, a whole card, local show joint full of YouTubers versus YouTubers. No beef or nothing, but just everybody can monetize and get some money off it. You know what I mean? We'll see. But hey, D-Town did a good job. He closed the show out. From D-Town Boxing to Manager Marty, salute. I'll catch y'all Friday night.